Appreciate you, man. Trace Flair, thanks for the 39 tier 2. Thank you, man. Tier 2 sub for 39 months. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, dude. Have you tried rebinding it? Yeah, it doesn't work. It's like binding it like literally just does nothing. Like no matter what I do, it just changes DPI. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. Anyway, what do we have today? We got 3 matches set up. Starting out first, we got Murderers Row versus Power Struggle Rangers. Murderers Row last week, I believe we saw them. I think Murderers Row had a really interesting. Weren't they the ones that had a really interesting set last week? Where I think they started off losing their first set, and I think they lost it like, I don't know if it was decisively, but I think it was a bit decisively. Because I was like, they might get just like 3-0'd really quickly, or sorry, 2-0'd, and then they came back and won both the next 2 games. And it was like a really sick comeback, and they ended up winning 2-1. I think. I'm pretty sure that's how that happened last week. So pretty exciting to see them come back this week. They're going to be going up against Power Struggle Rangers. It should be a pretty good set. I'm pumped for that one. Then we got Absolute Chaos versus Overcome in the next set. That's going to be NA versus EU, so it's going to be a little high ping, but that should be a good one as well. And then to end the night, we got Effigy versus Rats of RPD. So a couple good sets today. Excited to see what we're gonna have. Starting out though, we're gonna have Artist, Deathslinger, and then Freddy as a tiebreaker. So that's going to be our first sets. And I think Georgie's going to be playing Artist. We're going to have Georgie's Artist to start out for Power Struggle Rangers up against the survivors of Murderers Row. So let's get started. Have you gone to the doctors? Motherfucker, it's the weekend. I can't go to the doctors. It's the weekend. It's literally Saturday and Sunday. But I do plan on going to the doctor ASAP. I mean, I literally need to because I have to get like a I gotta like refill one of my prescriptions. So like Trep's on this team, right? So like yeah, I'm gonna be going to the doctor no matter what. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey gamer, give me some fucking meds, you know? Yeah, here, I'll give you guys a prediction. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my god. Please, lungs, keep it together. Artist set. What do we have? We got Power Struggle Rangers versus Murderers Row. Okay. I'll give you guys 5 minutes because I feel like it might take a little bit for this to get going. We'll see. Walrus Baba. Wait, Walrus Baba? What the fuck? What is that? What? I like the walrus though. I do dig it. I do dig the walrus. You Billy, what's up, buddy? How's it going, dude? Hey, let's go, Dragon TV, man. Fuck yeah. Hey, good. How many rounds are there? Oh wait, you told me. I think it was like 3 or 4, right? Have you locked your profile in G-Hub? Yes. I've tried locking it. I've tried unlocking it. It doesn't seem to help. Yeah, I don't know. Yep, it still does it. Whether it's locked or unlocked, it just does it no matter what. And the other way to fix it is to go back to the fucking thing. To go back to... I think I just gotta restart my PC, honestly. I should have restarted my PC before stream, but I'm an idiot and I didn't do it. Pain, not like these. Doctors closed on weekends? Yeah, I mean, I can go to the hospital, but fuck that garbage. I ain't trying to go to the hospital. Hell no. Yo, Sailor Pete, 6 for the 9 months. Welcome back, gamer. Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy. What's up, Caillou Kills You? Thanks, man. Hope you're doing well, too. Make sure you have... make sure G-Hub has started. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by has started? Because it's on. I mean, I have the thing open. Yo, Chunk Beach, thanks for the sub. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Enjoy the emotes and thank you for the support. Does Canada not have urgent care? They might, but I don't really want to go to any of those places. Because if I go to any of those places, it's going to be like a 10-hour wait. I'm going to have to wait like 10 hours and then just see a doctor. Like, I think the only time I ever went to an urgent care here before, it was like a 10-hour wait. And then I saw a doctor that just like... It was like kind of like peak COVID. It was like back in like 2020. Or 2021 or like whenever the fuck peak COVID was. I like went and I saw a doctor. It took me like fucking 10 hours to see him. And it was like something... Oh no, I remember what it was. I had like inhaled like stomach acid. Like I basically woke up like with like a really bad acid reflux and I like couldn't breathe. It was so bad. I was like gasping for breath. And I think while I was doing, I think when I did that, I think I literally like inhaled some of my stomach acid. Because like for the next like few days, my lungs were fucked afterwards. And I went to the doctor and told him that, and he was like, nope. He was like, nope, you got COVID. No, you probably have COVID. And I was like, I don't have COVID, bro. I don't leave my house. Like, that was like when I was hardcore isolating. And I was like, I don't have COVID. I never leave my house. I take every precaution. And literally, I'm telling you what caused it. Like, this happened, and immediately afterwards, my lungs felt like shit. I'm telling you what happened, and the motherfucker wouldn't listen to me, and he was just like, "No, you probably just have COVID. I would just go self-isolate." And I was like, "Okay, buddy, okay." And it wasn't COVID. I mean, I ended up getting better later, but like, it was so fucking stupid. Fuck urgent care. I'm good on urgent care. Fuck that garbage. I'll go to urgent care. I'm not gonna go to urgent care. If I'm dying, I'll go to the hospital. If I'm not dying, I'll wait to talk to my doctor. It's fine. Look, I know that it's not impossible to get COVID while not leaving your house, but I know it wasn't COVID. Like, I know exactly what caused it. Like, literally an event happened, and then right afterwards, like, it was very clear what was going on. Like, it was very obvious, and I told him that. He just didn't seem to care. So sometimes my GHub just won't launch when I turn on my PC. Yeah, no, like, I have it open. As a matter of fact, like the way I fix it here, look, I'll even show. Look, like, this is what I'm looking at. Like, this is my GHub, right? So like, if you look, like, I mean, I can go to default or debit dealer or whatever, but I think it's actually on default. This button right here, I assigned something to it because it wasn't working, but like, even if I disable it, like, this button right here is the one that hits it, right? Watch, I'll hit this button. Look, you see my mouse? Look, you see my mouse is now fast as fuck? And for some reason, the only way I can fix it, like, hitting the button again does nothing. The only way I can fix it is to go back to the DPI and then like move it, and then it's fixed. Like, then it fixes like when I do that, but it doesn't fix any other way. I don't know. It's so weird. And like, it's literally not assigned to anything. It doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no assignments. It's so weird. Like, I don't understand what's happening. I've tried like locking it. I've tried unlocking it. I've tried like I tried going to like the Dead by Daylight thing and like, you know, like switching this. Okay, yeah. It still does it here, even though DBD is the active one now. Like, no matter what I do, it just doesn't. It's still. Oh god. This high DPI is so hard to fuck with. It's like, it's so weird. It's so buggy. I don't get it. I just don't get it at all. Try popping out the button and breaking the switch inside. I think that's actually probably the way to do it, honestly. That's actually unironically the play. Kyle, you're here. Let's hop and call. Hey, let's hop and call, dude. Let's do that. Hell yeah. I'm about to start the first game. I'll get in call with you. I'll pull up the fucking screen share. Let's do it. Let's do it, gamer. I'm ready. I'm ready if you are. Yo, TJ, thanks for the 9, man. Welcome back, buddy. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I think I just got to restart my PC. I think something's bugged. I think something's just bugged. This happens sometimes, and I'm pretty sure every time it happens, I just restart my PC, then it ends up being okay. So yeah, I think that's what's going on. I think it's just bugged out for whatever reason. Oh, shit, I got to change everything up. That's right. This is artist on ARP. Shit. Okay, ARP is the map. Okay, so we're loading into the first game. This is Georgie from Power Struggle Rangers. Georgie, typically Georgie gets some pretty good results. We've seen Georgie play very, very well in the past. He typically manages to get very, very good results with the killers he plays. And yeah, we have him on artist right now on ARP, but we have not really seen a lot of ARP artists. This is kind of like our first week of seeing artist ARP in a while. We've had her on Garden Storehouse for quite a long time. And yesterday, in the one artist that we saw, we definitely saw the artist players struggling a little bit. They definitely weren't getting like massive results, but we'll see. It definitely seems like one of those, like, again, with ARP being a split map, right? It's a huge map, but it is a split map, so it's very possible, right? Like, I feel like this map could either just be a domination from the survivors, and you can, well, not a domination, but it could be tough on the killer. Or if the survivors like fuck up their positioning, right? If the survivors end up fucking up their positioning kind of badly, it can definitely very easily snowball the other way, right? Like, this is definitely one of those like very punishing maps. Like, again, yesterday I think our survivors just had really good positioning, so like we didn't really see the like snowball, but it definitely could happen. This definitely isn't like a free win on the survivors part. But oh, force hesitation is interesting. Is that force hesi? Yeah, that's force hesi, right? Interesting. Oh, my mouse did it again. No, oh my god, dude, come on. Anyway, off the record, a little bit of a mixed bag there. Dead Hard DS on Yui. Unbreakable Deli is going to be on Ada. Let me fix my mouse real quick while we're doing this. This is going to be such a problem all night. This is going to be such a fucking problem, dude. I should have restarted my PC. I fucked up. I fucked up so bad. Anyway, Georgie, rocking Agi, Pain Res, Corrupt Intervention, and Force Hesitation. Now, Force Hesitation is an interesting choice here. It can be really, really strong in like unhook scenarios, right? Like if you're basically just like camping a hook, and then you down the person who unhooked, then the person that you like tunnel off the hook then gets like that massive slowdown. So it can be kind of crazy there. But other than that, I don't really know how else he's gonna really get value out of it, but we'll see. He's currently chasing around in the corrupt, and he's gonna come back to the non-corrupt to see if anybody sneaked out. And has anybody sneaked out yet? It's not really looking like it. Yeah, everybody is still bottom side. Or no, top side. Yeah, everyone's still top side. Bottom side is where the gens are unblocked, so. Yeah, no one's actually made their way to the gens yet. They're all just kind of still chilling. I think they might be trying to wait out corrupt. They're not really taking, they're not really rushing. I think they're kind of just setting themselves up in a position where, like, if somebody does get committed to, like, Ada has Deli, right? So she's way in the back. But everybody else is just kind of staying in a position where if the artist oversteps into top side, which is kind of like what he did right now, then they could rush down, which is what they're doing now. So yeah. They're just positioning in a way where essentially they're waiting for Georgie to step too far into top side. And then they go, which is exactly what's happening now. They've kind of come down. They're kind of now on this bottom side. And he found trepidation. Trep will probably try to take this chase back to top side, right? Like, definitely going to try to take the chase back to where the corrupt gens are, away from these gens. That way they can get as much progress as they can. Georgie, knowing that, is saying, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. Let me go find some more people here. He finds Cole here at the... sorry, Cole? I saw that Nia and I just thought it was Cole. I don't know why did I say that? He finds Gray here. And has an okay palette. And again, doing a pretty good job. Gets good distance. Is staying decently far away. Does eat a bird there to get swarmed. But even if they take damage here, has done a really good job of heading and avoids that follow-up bird too. So really good job from Nia. She's going to be able to make her way topside now and away from all the gens. So again, rough start for Georgie right now. He really can't seem to get anything going in terms of damage or chases. Might get damage. No damage. Just a swarm on a trap. And again, this chase happening topside. Although all the gens are unblocked now, so the sides will matter a little bit less. Trep gonna get smacked there. Baby shoes revealing the auras of people here. So those are the baby shoes, kind of coming in and getting some value. I guess lucky break on Trep, right? Yeah. Right? No, not lucky break on Trep. Wait, the fuck? Trepidation is just a fucking god. Wait, what? Overcome. I mean, overcome's there, but not lucky break. It seemed like it was lucky break. I don't know where the fuck. I didn't see the trail either. Georgie seemed to get confused, and I kind of got confused too. Trepidation's a fucking goddamn Harry Houdini, bro. Just out of that bitch. They actually pop a gen. This is a really... The two gens pop. They actually pop the gen top side and bottom side. This is massive for Murderer's Row. This is such a strong start. Can't get damage on Ada there either. Georgie's in trouble. Georgie's in a lot of trouble. This is an insanely strong start for the survivors. One gen done on both sides. If they can manage to get the middle gen done, then there will be no chance for a 3 gen at all. And still a down hasn't even come in. So this is, we're kind of like, I feel like we're already at the like damage control section of Killer, where like we're just trying to squeeze out whatever we can, because this is kind of a brutal start, honestly. We'll get that down on Trepidation though. Kind of had Trep cornered into this little like tile here where they really couldn't get anywhere else. So that down was destined to come in. This could be a pain res here. But yeah, gen progress looking good. Shaq being progressed. Gray working on main, or not main, mid. Looks like mid gen got hit with pain res. So yeah, the only like kind of potential 3 gen is like this mid gen with either one of the sides, right? And even that's like not very good. It's kind of like a bad 3 gen because this is kind of like dead center. It's in like the very center of the middle. So yeah, not a lot of hope here for like gen macro late game. Does identify where Ada is. Ada also is probably going to be the one to get the save. I guess not. We're just gonna go ahead and yoink it real quick with desperate measures plus we'll make it plus reassurance though. Look at that. Look at that shit, dude. So she had sorry, I said reassurance. I meant to say resurgence. Is what I think that's what that perk's called, right? That Jill perk where when you get unhooked you already have half health, mixed with fucking desperate measures and we'll make it means that he just pulls the unhook quickly, gets the heal quickly, and then bam, right back to full health instantly. Such good use of those builds. Like beautiful, dude. All those perks coming in so valuable. And again, Georgie still can't get anything going, man. Brutal, dude. Brutal. Because they get the unhook and now they're back to full health, and now we're just right back to where we started again. Literally right back to where we started. All survivors full health. No one really being pressured. Does get a swarm here. So they finished Shack Gen too. So yeah, if there's any hope for like a potential 3-gen scenario, it's these 2 gens topside plus mid. They also finished the last gen bottom too. So yeah, now it's just these 2 topside gens plus mid is all that's left. And again, there's only been 1 down so far. 1 hook. There's no Noed or anything in play either, so nothing to help with late game. Murderer's Row is just doing such a good job here. Gray's gonna get swarmed at mid, but the follow-up is not gonna come. Trep's gonna go down again topside. But I'm guessing while the chase is happening, they're probably pressuring mid-gen a lot. So once this down happens, there it is. We'll take a look. Yep. And by pressuring it a lot, I mean they're getting it done. I think Nia's already on her way to a gate. And again, they could just let Trep die, right? Like 3 stages, who cares, right? And yeah, this door is complete opposite side of the map. This is complete bottom left. So this hook happened probably top left, right? Top right, I think. Either way, this hook happened really deep top side, and this gate is bottom left. So yeah, they're in a perfect position to just open this gate and leave. I'm actually kind of surprised that she got off of it. I think they maybe had time to get it open, but maybe not. Because yeah, Nia went ahead and hopped off the gate, probably knowing that the artist was going to come. I mean, from Georgie's side, this does make sense, right? Like if Georgie doesn't go to this gate immediately, then he's basically just surrendering the idea of ending with 3 hook stages, right? He's basically going, yeah, okay, I'll just end this game with 3 stages and that's it. Like, whatever. Ooh. No, they got to know. He should have got grabbed. That was actually really unfortunate for Georgie. Because, yeah, he's got to know that gives killer instinct there. He should have died. Well, I mean, he does die anyway. So, Georgie's still with a good bird play. Still doesn't get the down. But that was very, like... Nia, I think she should have jumped out the second that the birds went by the locker. Maybe she wasn't sure if killer instinct got shown or not. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you send a bird through a locker that has a survivor in it, you get killer instinct, right? Which is why Georgie did that. Georgie sent him through the double lockers. And Nia, like, stayed in there a little too long. I feel like she should have jumped out, like, immediately. Nia does not have Deli. No, she's kind of in trouble. Deli was on the Ada, which I don't think ever even got charged. Oh, okay, got charged right here at the end. But yeah, they're going to go ahead and leave Nia and take that. So, honestly, I mean... Good play on Georgie at the end to at least get a fresh hook and get, because again, like the difference here between 5 stages 2 fresh and 3 stages 1 fresh is pretty big, right? That's a pretty massive difference. Had he not gotten Nia and just Trepidation died, that would have been quite frankly a horrible result. I mean, that would have been really bad. Whereas like 5 stages 2 fresh, again, still not a great result. Still not, like, especially from like Georgie, who we usually see like go. This is probably like one of the toughest games we've ever seen out of Georgie. Usually he dominates. But again, this map is tough. Murderer's Row played this extremely well. And 5 stages 2 fresh is definitely still not a good result by any means. But it's definitely less like... It's not like as hopeless as 3 stages, right? I feel like 3 stages is like borderline hopeless. You're like, fuck, like we're... Like there's almost no, like, you know, being able to beat that. But I feel like this is like at least reasonable to maybe like tie and or maybe beat if you have like a crazy strong game, right? Like anything could happen on the side of Power Struggle Rangers Survivors. They have a very good solid survivor team as well, so this is definitely more achievable and it kind of keeps the game alive. So good play on Georgia there to salvage it to the end. The early game was definitely very tough. The survivors did a really good job of being in the right places at the right time, pressuring well, doing a really good job in chase, and that's a crazy opening to the night. That was a really good game. Oh, God, sorry. Kyle, are you here? Kyle.
I'm actually thankful that you apologized after you coughed into my ear. Yeah. Like my ear canal is covered in your saliva.
Bro, disgusting. If that was loud, I literally like went away from the mic to do it too. Like I'm coughing so much, man. Like I'm telling you, it's brutal. I'm like, I'm hacking up lungs out here.
Are you jarring it up for me and sending it over or what?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you are my highest subscriber on my OnlyFans, so of course. I mean, you pay the most, so of course you get all the benefits, right?
I would hope, being a platinum tier subscriber, that I would get the benefits. But could you imagine the smell if you like coughed into a jar for like 3 years straight and then sent it to someone?
Dude, why?
Like that's a genius idea, right? Like, but imagine the smell.
Is it a genius idea? I mean, who's saying that's a genius idea? I feel like you just like said. You just said that as if it's a fact and then moved on as if like we all just agree that it's a genius idea. Like I don't know if we agree about that.
Someone would pay for it. I know there would be someone who would pay for it, but imagine the smell on the side.
Yeah, I don't think I want to. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on that.
You know what? I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna be the person I send it to, and then you're gonna give me a feedback.
All right, sounds
my
good. Yeah,
digestive tract.
I'll do an unboxing stream where I open up my mail and it's the jar of Kyle's coughs for the last 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what you can do is you can actually like this also just saying you could also do like a little subathon or dono-a-thon or something. And what you could do is you could get like little shot glasses and you could send out samples to your community. My cough saliva.
God. Yeah, that's a great idea. You're really onto something here, honestly. A true entrepreneur. I like it. You know?
I personally think it's genius. Like feet are like so yesterday. Cough like saliva is what it is. You know what? Let's call it cough nectar.
Kyle, what'd you think about the last game of Dead by Daylight that we just watched, buddy?
I'm gonna be honest. I tuned in just as it was kind of kicking off, and I had to feed my cat. But from what I saw, Survivors played very well, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Some interesting choices by our killer, but other than that, I think Survivors kind of dictated the match. I think it was quite interesting to see how much pressure they split. Like for them to handle corrupt the way they did, and to split the pressure, getting 2 gens done on, because that map is very strong in capabilities for holding a 3 gen. Everyone knows that. God, but they split their map pressure very well, and they were very good in their placements, and it was very impressive. So anyway, back to cough syrup or cough nectar.
No. Let's continue about the matchup. No. So we're going into the second matchup now, and and the win condition now for the killer is going to be relatively light, right? Either 5 stages with 3 fresh or 6 stages. That's it. So not a crazy amount, but also like we saw last game, if the survivors play it really well, it does put a lot of pressure on them and make it hard. So
you said 5 stages, 3 fresh.
Yes, 5 stages, 3 fresh, or just 6 stages, right? But yeah, like if they get 5 stages with at least 3 freshes, then that also wins too. So that being said, I do think there might be a little bit of incentive here to like chase, like maybe not go for a tunnel out, right? Because I also feel like going for
aggressive.
Yeah, I mean obviously it depends on how the match goes, right? If you get it down immediately, then so be it. But I also think that there's a pretty good chance that we might see Noah in play too, because it seems decently reasonable. Again, Noah's really good for like securing stages in the end game. So like again, it's not crazy to do something like just try to get 2 fresh hooks during the match, right? And then
a Noah try to confirm it.
Exactly. And then worst case scenario, you try to get like a fresh hook in late game with Noed, and then camp that out for like the win condition. So like that's a reasonable thing you could do. I think Noed on this build would just make sense.
Yeah. Well, it would guarantee the hook stage.
Yeah.
Unless, like, what are the chances you're not going to get it down with Noah at the end of the game? Unless, like, obviously your team is going to be efficient on totems, which is unlikely. But you would kind of think that they're going to go for a more aggressive play style and try just confirm that extra one with Noed. Like, that's just an obvious blanket statement to throw out there.
Noed is in play, yeah. Dead Hard DS on Tyro. George's got a bit of an objective build, but he does have off the record. And Swingblade's going to be rocking Deli Unbreakable.
Is this mother heckin' Tyro that I've heard so much about?
That is the Tyro. That's right. Motherfucking Tyro. That's right. So this build is looking similar. This is close to the same as what Georgie ran, except Georgie ran Force Hezi instead of Noed, which you didn't really get a whole lot of value out of it. I don't think Force Hezi really activated on any survivors at all the whole match. So,
I didn't see it proc,
So I mean, again, I think Georgie was planning on probably getting I feel like the way the matches usually go with Georgie's killers is he'll get it down like really quickly and then snowball off of that really heavily. So I'm sure he was probably planning around that, which unfortunately didn't happen. So like I think his build didn't make much sense based on how the game went. But yeah, this build feels like a lot more of like a safer build, right? Like I feel like regardless of how fast the first down comes in, this is probably going to get good value regardless. Also with the add-ons, it's a little different too. Georgie was running the feats add-ons, which is like you see auras when people were next to your crows. Yeah. This is the one where it like swarms other people if you're swarmed near people. So yeah, a little bit different on the add-ons.
Right, being very patient. We're waiting out for corrupt as well. I see here. Ace is pushing over the other side. You would assume to start pressuring gens.
Yeah. Like now that the chase has started, it seems like the way that it seems like the way that both sides were playing this is that they kind of like hovered. That was a good follow-up bird from Trep.
That was a really good follow-up bird. Very good placement.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of hovered like this like side of the it seems like they kind of like hovered really close to this side of the map. That way, if the artist commits to anybody, they can immediately pull down, which is exactly what happened. And this down happened way faster. So yeah, they did manage to go get on gens, but there's not going to be a whole lot of progress to speak of by the time this down comes in.
special benefits of Agi and pain. You would assume this is going to be a pain res hook right next to the generator too, right here. So
it is too. Yeah, that's massive. Mid map as well.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate on placement, but very good positioning and very good like a very, very good spot here for our killer player. But we have, I think this is it not? Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Oh no. What did you do?
I don't know. Nothing.
Oh no. Is it everyone or is it just you?
I don't know. Is it everybody? DBD? Question marks?
Oh no.
Huh. I mean, my internet's fine. I mean, we're still in call, right? So like,
yeah, no. It's all good on that. Stream's fine. Everything's great. It's just DBD things, I guess. Spectate. It's unavailable. We clicked.
It was available for a second, but then it went away.
Yeah. She's gone.
Are they still in game? Huh. Do we know if they're still in game? No, I'm literally I hovered Trep in voice call and it looks like an error to be on their side. I don't think any of them are in game.
Is any of them streaming?
In Discord they are. I can't even get out of this. Like the continue button's not there. I literally can't even get out of this. I have to close my game, I think.
I had this bug the other day. You had to do it for a reset. Yeah. Oh
what
wait.
The fuck? What the fuck? All right, let me reboot. It's been a DVD issue for the past weeks. Happened a lot in the tournament I played in yesterday. What?
Yeah.
I haven't had this happen at all yet. That sucks. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because that was an extremely strong start for Trep. Like that was like, I would argue like pretty much game endingly strong start. Like that's tough. That's very, very tough. Like I feel like that was basically going to be the win again, considering the win condition was so light and that down happened so fast. I mean, obviously there's no way to know for sure. It's possible that Power Struggle Rangers could have like came back, right? But I feel like that was probably like 95% chance that Trep was going to take that to the win con. But I mean, we'll see. That being said, I mean, the win con is still going to remain the same. So I think we're probably just going to restart, right? As unfortunate as it is, I think we kind of just have to restart and kind of just go from there. I don't know. That's a shame though. That sucks. Like that's
everything that kind of was going their way. Like the pressure on gens was almost non-existent. The placement of the pain res hook, like placement on pain res hooks it's definitely RNG related, and to have one right next to the one gen in the center that's being like worked on, it's very unfortunate. But what can you do? It's just the elements. Battle the elements and work through it.
That's DVD for you, dude. That's DVD. You know what the fuck can you do, really?
Wait, you're talking about the Dead by Daylight, the asymmetrical game?
The Dead by Daylight. I don't think everyone's asking like if we could restart the same way. I don't think like. Are you guys suggesting we like go into game, like have Georgie go down and then get hooked mid map, and then have them like hop on gens on the other, like hop on the same rough gens? Like I don't know. That just seems a little silly.
Let us get the gen to 16% really quickly. Hook me, and then we'll continue from there. Nah, I think it's better off just going a fresh reset.
Yeah, and I also think like again, I feel like. There's a pretty like I don't like to say this kind of stuff, but I think there's a pretty high chance that like Trepidation is going to win this regardless, because I think the win con is not too crazy, especially considering like that they're going second and they know what the win con is, right? Like this is one of those situations where like the win con, knowing what it is and knowing that you can kind of like, I don't want to say cheese it, but you know, like you can go like specifically go for it with like builds and play styles, you know what I mean? Makes me feel like there's, even if we restart, even though that was a really good start for Trep, even if Trep gets a slightly worse start second game, still a pretty good chance that they're going to be able to get the win, I would say. So like, I don't know. I think we just restart it. I think we just started to hope for the best. Again, hypothetically, if like Power Struggle Rangers now turns around and wins this, then like, right? Like, I don't know. I guess I would feel bad about that.
Impressive. So. But maybe they can give us feedback on how the game went that they're currently playing. If they haven't DC, have we got confirmation?
No, I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they're out of it. I'm pretty sure they DC'd, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, seeming that they might have seen builds and everything like that, why don't we, here's an idea. Tell me if I'm wrong, but what if we, because everything is known to each other, what if we simply went into a Skull Merchant game just to kind of finish it off?
Why the fuck did I invite you back? Why did I get you back here for a second day? Why did I do that? What the fuck is wrong with me? I should have learned my lesson, dude.
What do you mean? There's only so much time we've got before Adriana gets changed.
Yeah, thank God for that. It can't happen soon enough. My lord.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about it, Kyle. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm an Adriana lover just like you. Okay, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Though I'm not getting the vibe that you are.
Totally.
I think you're just trying to appease me by saying this. I think you're baiting me into feeling, appreciated in my opinion, and I think you differ to me. How? I'm feeling insulted. Is this like a sympathy agreement? Is that what this is?
No, I like chess. I don't tell you, I like chess.
You like chess?
Yeah, fun.
How often do you play?
Every day. I'm always grinding chess.com. I'm grinding my elo.
Who is your favorite chess player?
I think Fischer is the best of all time, honestly. He's the GOAT. I think Magnus Carlsen overrated. I shouldn't say overrated. But
no.
I think Fischer was better. I'm just gonna say it. I think it's different times now, and he's got access to more technology and more
the best chess performance that I've ever seen was actually thrown up on social media a few months ago, and it was a 56-minute stalemate between one side and another side, and a lot of missed movements in places. I believe one side was named Eternal or something like that, and the other side was
CM9I.
Yeah, I think yeah. That one. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Yeah, that was interesting because
History.
It was a really tough match. CM9 definitely had the superior strategy. He made a Team Eternal blunder, maybe I don't know, what was it, 40 times or something that they.
Yeah, it was like 50 plus. Mistakes in movement. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, by the way, I cannot see the video game.
True, I forgot to reboot the stream. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. Okay,
Yeah.
we're just now loading it anyway, so you haven't missed anything yet. They just ready it up.
Okay.
Here. Thank you for letting me know. I am an idiot and I forgot.
No. I wouldn't put yourself down too harshly. It's okay. Mistakes happen. I'll probably report this to the commission and let them know.
That's fine.
Mistake.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yep.
They can go ahead and mark me down. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're okay with having that reputation, that's fine, I guess.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
you're one to talk about reputations when you come in here talking about skull merchant every fucking day, bro. Every day you come in here. You want a skull merchant? Talk about weeb shit, dude. You're fucking please.
Weeb shit. I've not once mentioned anime once. Not once.
Not today. Also, but
well, no. Now that you've gotten me on the topic of this.
No.
I saw spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen this morning, and I'm sad.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah. No, listen. I scroll my TikTok without hoping to see spoilers, and
you poor thing.
My life's ruined. So we haven't got an Adriana.
There, young Kyle. It's okay. You'll be okay. You'll get through it.
No, I don't think I will. I'm about to report you to the police after your your misjudgment in my ability to enjoy something. You know what, Tofu? Imagine making fun of something that makes me happy. That's crazy.
Kyle, goddamn it, we got a game to watch, okay? All right, Kyle, goddamn it. Trepidation.
You did this.
Trepidation's back. Let's see how this goes again. They're gonna do the same thing, I think, that they've been doing pretty much every game, where I think the Delhi Survivor will likely stay really far back. Actually not as far back as I thought, but the Delhi Survivor will probably stay further back than most, and they're gonna hover right around this mid mark of the on the bottom side, or are they top side? On bottom side, and then if the artist ever really pushes in, they're gonna transition up, right? But if the artist never actually pushes in, then they might just stay here and wait out corrupt, right? It's gonna be a little bit of a standoff here.
Was that the old item drop tech that I saw to remove birds? Is that?
Yes, to prevent crows, yes. Matter of fact, a totem cleanse is coming in for inner healing as well, even.
I mean, they got the time, why not? Nancy's taking first chase. Oh, wait, transferred over to Ace.
Ace has a good build for getting chased, too. Well, I should say for getting tunneled. Not really for getting chased, for getting tunneled. But that being said, I don't know if Trap will tunnel, because like I said, the win condition being 5 stages 3 fresh, I don't know if it's that worth it. Plus, I don't think this chase is going to get committed to anyway. I think you get a tag and then you try to go back to the hooks. or sorry, the
has
gens.
found our Dwight, who's our deli player, if I'm not mistaken, too. By the way.
Yeah, but he's gonna play really safe and just immediately bull back to bottom side. He does not want to be chased. Yeah, he's gonna try to make sure that the chase is really unappealing on him. So yeah, he's gonna go.
Yep. Laurie's got the same idea. Gonna drag back. Hopefully won't waste material here. Very smart. I'll take the hit though. I wouldn't make it. You would assume just gonna get a nice little reset going. Oh wait, no, she got a toolbox. Sorry.
Yeah, she's
very hard
toolbox.
for me to see.
So there's like 3 different people bottom side right now, and I think Trep knows that, or at least it seemed that way. Actually, looks like not. Looks like Swingblade actually caught back down on the gen.
Yeah.
Ours is gonna show up though. Looks like might be on the trail of Nancy. It's a tag here too. That's
a good find.
And
it's
this,
a really good find.
Yeah, this might be the chase that Trep takes because this is on the side of all the gens as well. You can get a swarm there. That's alive, but again, with the birds being swarm, yeah, this is definitely gonna be.
Oh, this should be. Yeah.
So again, hey, you know, this is actually pretty like justice because this is a very similar start. Like obviously the hook position is in probably in a less ideal place. Like I think the hook positioning being mid map is definitely better than where it is now. But regardless, this is a very similar start.
Quick down.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as what Trep had last game, or pretty close to it. So yeah, another very fast down. Pain Res comes in. 5 gens still up.
Middle gen again. There you go. We're basically back to square one. The only thing that's different is the hook, like the position. That's literally it. No?
Yep. And Swingblade grabs the unhook, so he's gonna have his deli up. And Trep might tunnel this because again, this happened so early that it really wouldn't be crazy to just try to get this kill. Honestly, like even though like obviously there's like the fresh hook win condition, I feel like it's seems like it's gonna be possible to get this kill before. Oh, very good play from Rain here, but still gonna die though. Because even though they dodge those birds, that still zones them, right? Like the only way to avoid those birds is to go to an undesirable place. So it's gonna be another hook. Also, no anti-tunnel at all on Rain either. So this was a really good target for Trep to find. I think both Tyro and Georgie had some sort of anti-tunnel, and Swingblade was obviously deli, so they were playing extra safe. So in terms of like the non-deli survivors to get, this is pretty much the ideal one.
So would you, like if you were on the survivor side, would you be throwing yourself at the killer to try help your teammate with your anti-tunnel or with your deliverance body, or would you simply just trying to be do gens? Like what's the
at this stage? At this stage, it's really tough because their win condition is so. Again, the win condition is so achievable, right? It's like five stages to refresh. At this point, slam the fuck out of gens while Rain is on hook. Maybe send the deli survivor at like the last minute to get the unhook, which I think Swingblades is getting in position now. But yeah, he's gonna he's gonna go grab it now, which even this could be a little early. I think considering how hard the killer is like camping this hook, I don't think it would have been crazy to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean he's.
So what they also should do is that Tyro should possibly run up in for the people. Well, see, even that I don't know about actually. I don't know because you like normally again if this was like if this was a scenario where there wasn't a win condition, I would say that Tyro can run up and use this for the people on Rain to like keep him alive. But the thing about this is based on the win condition, if Tyro did that, he would then just die, and then that would be another fresh hook, which is not good for the win condition, right? Like I feel like the win condition right now is just so like bad for Power Struggle Rangers that they don't really have any good play, you know? Like their only good play is to hopefully just have the chases go so much in their favor that they can do all the gens and live, which is not happening, right? Like Trep is getting so many tags, so many hits. Yeah, there's just
got a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
like a lot. Oh, that was actually a really good dodge. So fake the window and then come outside.
I think Shep has a pretty good idea that Deli's on hook, so isn't even going to bother playing around it. Yeah, and again, this would be fresh hook number 3. It wouldn't be five stages, but it would be fresh hook number 3.
Yeah, and then we'll only use one more hook, wouldn't it be?
Yep.
After
and then,
this one.
Yeah, and then, yeah, and after that. Are you fucking serious?
Not again. No way.
Are you actually kidding? What do we do? Like, actually, what do we do? We might not be able to do scrims, guys. I don't know. Like, this can't keep happening.
Did everyone in game maybe reset as well?
Yeah, it kills the server 100%.
Maybe everyone, if we haven't just hard reset, I don't know. That's weird.
It's not. It's the. I mean, it's not any of the players. It's the game.
100%.
It's the game servers. Yeah.
Yeah, Laurie's already out too. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I don't know. Like, I'm sure if you're on Team Power Struggle Rangers, maybe they would argue this, but maybe they wouldn't. I feel like I almost want to just say we give the artist set to Murderous Row there, because I feel like they were in a clear position to win that. Like, that was,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. To me, I felt like that was pretty much in the bag. Like, I feel like there was like no really good play for Power Struggle Rangers to make there. They basically needed like a miracle. They needed like, because there was also NOED in late game and everything. Like, I feel like we can,
as you say.
but even then, like, regardless, even if we say like, okay, so we just say Murderous Row takes that set and we go to the next one. Even if we say that, the fuck do we do? Do we just keep going and having these crashes happen? I don't know.
I mean, it's a risk. It is a risk. But like, what else? What's your other option? Just not do it and just play off stream. Oh, sorry, play no scrims today. Like, what are your options here? Yeah.
I basically just go play games myself, I guess, without having scrims or something. I don't know. Is this only happening in private lobbies? Is this happening in public games or two or something? Like, what's going on here?
I had it happen once in public lobbies, and including the bug where I couldn't leave the end game where you had to do a reset. I also had that during the same thing.
Been happening to people in pubs lately too, apparently. Why is it so bad? Why was it so bad here though? Like, both of these artist games, like, in a row. Like, people were saying that it's been happening for like days. I think Osaka said it's been happening for weeks. I think this is the first time we've seen this in weeks, and it's happened twice in a row. So like, it feels like maybe there's something going on here. I don't know. Like,
I mean, there's been times where DVDs, like, their servers have gone down for a few hours. You know what I mean? Like, there's been times where streamers have not been able to play the game for 2 hours out of nowhere randomly because of, you know, server crashes, DDoSes, whatever it is. But who knows? What can you do at this point? I mean, you could always just, what's the harm in running one more game? I mean, really speaking, Laurie was injured, pushed off to the backside of the map, and was going to be a fourth hook and fresh.
Yeah, I want to see how many artist sets we have today. We have one more artist set today, and it's going to be like in the last best of 3 of the night. It's going to be like, it's their second killer, so it's like maybe going to be the last set of the night if they don't go to the tiebreaker. So if this is like specifically like an artist thing or something, we could just move on and try that. I mean, okay. I feel like this is probably going to be unpopular, but like, I don't know how Power Struggle Rangers feels about it. I don't know how they feel about things, but like, again, I feel like I almost just want to say let's move on and just give the W to Murderous Row. I feel like both of those starts for Trepidation were insanely strong considering the win condition. I mean, right there, that was what, like, I think there was like 3 stages with and like probably about to get a 4th soon.
4th was about to come. Yep.
Yeah, actually no, it wasn't even like a maybe. It was actually like, I'm pretty sure Georgie was like heading edge map and was gonna die.
They were edge
so
map,
yeah, so that was gonna be 4th stage, and then NOED was in play. So it was just one more stage with 3 gens left in NOED. That game was over. I don't care what anyone says. If you guys want to call it unfair, I honestly don't care. Like, that was gonna be a win. Like, if we're being realistic right now, that was gonna be a win. Like, it was over. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if they somehow managed to get 3 gens done, open up an exit gate, and also have everybody get out through NOED without anybody going down and getting hooked, like, bro, like, let's be real. Like, you know, like, I know it sucks for Power Struggle Rangers, and don't get me wrong, I feel bad. Like, I don't feel great about having to do this, but I also don't, like, I just want to move on to another killer and see if it's going to be like a problem. Like, if it's just an artist thing, then maybe we can move on and keep doing scrims. But like, I feel like if we load up artists again and it crashes again, then we're just done with Scrim Nights, right? Scrim Nights is over. So like, for the sake of keeping Scrim Nights alive tonight, I want to move on and see if we can do other killers and have it continue. You know what I mean? So again, I'm sorry, like, Power Struggle Rangers. Again, I know it's probably not a great way to have the set be a loss when it's not technically a loss, right? But
the pressure was there though.
Yeah.
Was there. And rather than just running it back again and having the risk of it happening again, I think it's just kind of safe to call it how it is. And it just kind of looked like it was going in that direction. But like, I know it's a DVD server issue and everything, but for clarity and just to give that extra peace of mind, I would be okay with everyone resetting their games. Personally, I know it's a DVD thing, but just like a quick reset, 2 minutes of time.
I think at least remaking the lobby would be smart. I don't know if Trep is going to be playing killer. Because if Trep is playing Slinger, then okay, that's fine then. That's fine. Yeah, we're moving to the next set. We're gonna have to make a new lobby anyway. So, yeah, I think that's fine. Let's go to the new lobby. We'll move on. We're just gonna give that win to Murder's Row, and then we're just gonna move on. I think that's the way we have to do it. There's really no other way to handle this. Like, I don't know. Either that or just keep restarting over and over again, which again also feels fucked up because in my opinion, if any of these restarts, if Trepidation gets like a really bad start in any of these restarts, that would feel like bullshit. Like in my opinion, if we restarted and then Power Struggle Rangers had like a crazy strong start and then won, I would feel so bad because again, in my opinion, Trepidation had both of those first two games in the bag with how quickly those first downs came in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like that was clear. So yeah, I think we just move on. I think this is the way we have to do it. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
What can you do?
Yeah, it sucks. Like, this is a shitty scenario, man. I hate having to do this, but I don't know. There's really no good way to handle it. Yeah, yeah.
All I'm going to say is, though, is would this happen if Skull Merchant was being played? Probably not, but we move on.
I mean, I'm gonna give the prediction to Murder's Row too. FYI, the people that gambled, I'm giving it to Murder's Row. In my opinion, I think this is like we actually got like a little lucky that this was kind of like so like obviously decided. At least in my opinion, it seemed very obviously decided, right? Like we kind of got lucky for that because I feel like had it been like a set where like for instance, say say the win condition there was like 9 stages. Like 4 fresh or something, right? Like say that was the win con instead. Who knows, right? Who fucking knows how the game's gonna go? I have no idea. Like that could have went either way. Like they had somebody death hook. There were still 3 gens left. Like they were in a pretty good spot, but who knows? I literally could have like it could have gone either way. The fact that the win con was like so achievable and it was like pretty obvious that the game was gonna go in Trep's favor.
In that direction
actually does make this a little bit better because I feel like you know it's not like I feel like we can just move on, right? Like I think I feel okay with calling that a win and moving on. But yeah, it is kind of lucky because I think that could have definitely easily gone the other way. And again, like if that's what happens on this slinger set, then you know I guess fuck us, right? Like well, like really what can we do? You know, I guess we'll see.
I mean, I was pretty content with the idea that you know we were gonna have that game go the way of the killer. You know, it was. Honestly would have put it at like a 98.5% rate. Like as you said, they were about to get their 4th fresh hook and still had no it, and there were still 3 gens to pop. I mean,
I would have put it even higher than 98. I would have put it at like 99.99. I think again, like if you think of if you think logically about what the survivors have to do to win that, because again, that they needed to not give a single hook stage, right? So they needed to finish 3. I know, but they needed to finish 3 generators, open up an exit gate, and then get everybody out through NOED as well, right? So people need to not die during those 3 gens. Also, once the gens are done and the killer gets NOED, you need to continue to not die, and then somehow get everybody out of the exit gate. Like whoever is getting found and chased while NOED's active needs to like loop to the gate and get out without getting hit. Like how do you do that, right? It's not happening. Like I'm sorry, unless like Trepidation's like fucking PC died or something. Like there's just no way. Like if we're just being real, like that game was definitely over. So yeah, again, and because of that is what makes me feel less bad about it. So again, it's kind of lucky that the game was that over, I would say, because otherwise this would feel way worse. I mean, it still doesn't feel good. I still don't feel good about doing this, but
I thought you were about to say, well, glad it happened, so the game was over quicker. Thought that's the kind of direction we were going for a second. So like, well, it's over anyway, so I guess we'll move on.
Lady Ambries, that was a much different scenario. That was a much different scenario. Trust me, that was nowhere near the same as this. But I mean, you are right. That was a crazy comeback, that game. But like, that was nowhere near the same as this scenario for sure.
I think Oni's ability to snowball.
Well, it was the opposite. The Oni played pretty poorly and ended up like blowing a pretty free win that he had. But that was also like
really?
Yeah, but like there was multiple factors there, right? Like that was also during King of the Hill scrims. That was whenever like the general skill level of everybody was much lower. Like again, don't get me wrong. Like if I could be blunt, I can't remember who the Oni was, but like if I could be blunt about it, they played it pretty badly. Like they were fucking up a lot. And even then it was like the win con was way like more unlikely. Like this win con was way more unlikely than that one was for the Oni, right? Like it was like again, this one is like literally impossible. Like it's actually impossible. So
right. So well, I think it's pretty established that we both agree the artist is going to win that game. We both agree in that. So
but anyway, let's just
what are we coming into now?
So assuming everything functions, this is Slinger. And Slinger will be played on Records Yard, I believe. So Slinger Records Yard, we saw this on Friday a bit. Potential to be really strong, right? Like definitely a lot of potential to pop off really hard. But if the survivors play tight, have good macro, and as long as the chases don't end like literally instantly every time, right? Like if they can just avoid like a couple shots here and there and drag the chases out at least just a little bit, while also having good macro, then it's pretty reasonable to get survivors out and probably have the result be like, I don't know, somewhere between like 6 and 9 stages, right? Like assuming the survivors play it very, very solidly. But again, that being said, all it takes is like maybe 1 or 2 missed positions, or maybe the Slinger popping off and landing some shots back to back, right? Like it could very, very easily snowball in the Slinger's favor too. So it's really hard to say, right? Like it's hard to say. So I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, we got some pretty good Slinger games on this map the other day, actually. There was actually some very tight like contests I thought was going to be relatively straightforward with the results. And I remember clearly that there was actually some very interesting games and some very good shots too. I remember I thought there was going to be a lot of like zoning and a lot of faking your ability, trying to force hits. There was a lot of actually really good shots from distance. Not right up close, at distance. So
yeah, there was a lot of Slingers that were like, I think Prion is one I remember that was like playing really aggressive, just like taking every single shot, like even like max range.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was some really good ones too. Like a lot of them were landing. It was definitely like exciting games, right? It was not like, it didn't feel like super safe Slinger where they were just like, like you know, getting within like
M2.
or like getting within 8 meters and then taking a shot from that close where it's like easier to land, right? Like they were like, fuck it, we're like 14 meters out, let's just go for it, right? Which like, it's risky, but it's also sick to watch, right? And if you can land the shots, it's really good as well. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how this one goes. We'll see if they opt to go for like a more like safe play, or if it'll be a little bit more like chill. We're gonna cycle through the builds again real quick. They actually changed it up a little. So Rain has DS. Looks like Deadly Unbreakable is gonna be on Tyro this time. And yeah, so everything's just a little bit mixed up, but ooh.
Interesting build though. Like no regression. Obviously, DMS gets some value. So
this is a really weird build, actually, isn't it? What is this? This is very strange. Yeah, like no pain res, no deadman, or sorry, no pop, no way out.
This is feeling confident enough in chase to just dominate. Is that like I'm just
also like, but in like Agi as well without like pain res is also weird too. Like I feel like you just like kind of swap out like no way out with pain res here, and I feel like the whole build makes sense and kind of comes together. But I don't know. It does. Yeah. It does feel a little odd to me. I guess we'll see. I mean, maybe it'll work out anyway.
I think like that was actually a spicy shot. That was so close.
Yeah, that was like
the heel.
Just the edge of the hitbox. My lord, that looked like it was. My god. Pretty good opening shot there onto Rain.
Ooh.
We'll try to pull it around to this rock.
I think they get this. Yeah.
Yep.
Very short tile that one. So very good play by the Destiny to get that hit off.
And Agi.
Agi to get value. I mean,
gonna carry him further in. But like gonna carry him further in towards the gens that were unblocked. So I think now Deadman Switch should be able to kick in, right? This hook is gonna happen. This is close to the gens that are being progressed. So yeah, there's Deadman Switch on main. Again, the problem here though is like that main gen has so much progress, and like you have no way to regress it really, right? Other than just dry kicks, which is like, again, it's just a little strange. I feel like you like if just like pop or like pain res or something was here.
Yeah,
it is a little odd.
Yeah,
somebody's
it's just gonna.
Is somebody not right there? Why did they not? What are they doing?
Yeah.
Oh, they got him now, though. Okay.
They got the
but
shot.
I feel like they had him. They saw him before that. I'm kind of surprised that they let him do that much.
Oh.
One
Ace is now down.
Yeah, he's got Deli Unbreakable.
The Jukes.
Okay. I thought they might go for just one shot to see if they can land it and then go back and hook, but no, they're gonna actually stick to Rain. Rain did have DS, I believe, so this is an okay target for being tunneled for Power Struggle Rangers. And again, Tyro will be able to pick himself up. Actually, I'm actually curious to see if they used Unbreakable or not. It looks like they didn't. I think
Nancy picked up.
I think Nancy grabbed him. So yeah, I think Unbreakable's still gonna be up.
It's a down, but as expected, as you already called out, we have DS in play, so
Yep. Lad has already been used.
Situation.
Yeah, live has been used, so not like this chase probably won't be too crazy, but maybe Rain. Oh yeah, this is not really a great tile against Slinger. Yeah, Rain's gonna go back down. I don't know how I feel about Rain running back to Shack as well to go down. Like going down dead center map. This means you could either get put in basement or you can really just get hooked anywhere, right? Like this is the Slinger's choice now, like wherever he wants to go. And honestly, this hill is a good spot. I like this.
Again,
this is like
giving DMS value too. So like going back towards the center gen there, if there was like, I'm pretty sure they're on the gen just behind main. So I think it's top side. Yeah, that one right there.
I don't know.
That's obviously going to give DMS value.
We actually need to replace the clock on this map because apparently the clock that everybody uses is different than the one that we use. So this is actually something we need to fix up. But yeah, so it's I'm trying to like avoid the clock on this map for a while until we can potentially fix it up. Yeah. And they're going for this unhook really early. Swingblade's already here.
Yeah.
This is a bit of an interesting way to handle it. Oh, he's gonna pull him off the hill. Oh, that's actually really interesting. And now with the cigar giving him faster recovery, he can't go for the save.
He can't get the save.
Yeah, but Nancy goes for it instead. But that's 2 people taking damage for the save, which is still right. Like they had to pull 2 people off gens. Ooh,
oh, that was a great shot. He should get this surely. Oh wait, no.
That's beautiful. Oh my god. Beautifully done. Oh my. And that's a kill.
A pixel. A pixel. That is.
That's a kill.
That's actually insane.
With 3 gens left. Well, 2 gens left once this one pops. Well, actually, you know, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why, like, not having like pain res and stuff. Like, I feel like this could have been less. Yeah, like DMS is gonna. But again, like, reveals the aura of that gen that's almost done. But like, other than the information of the guy being there, what's that do? It blocks the gen for a little bit. Yeah, but like that gen's gonna fucking pop. There's really no way for you to stop it. So like, it's a little strange.
So at this point, would you say that the no way out is the questionable choice from the value so far that we've had from this build?
I mean, obviously, it's like that's very like hindsight 2020, right? Based on how a match goes. I still just feel like, yeah, I still do think it's probably the one that stands out as not fitting with the rest, right? Like Agi makes sense. Like I think Agi Deadman Switch makes sense, and I think that has shown value here, right? Like you carry them like to like mid map, and then you can just like walk around and pressure gens and get DMS value, right? Like that makes sense to me. But I just feel like and I also think, and also FYI, I also think if you're gonna run a late game perk, I think Noed works really well on Slinger too, right? Like he uses Noed better than almost anybody. Like you can shoot people with a gun and reel them in and basic attack them, right? Like it's crazy the amount of like your basic attacks with Slinger are not very basic. Like you fucking shoot people with a gun and reel them in and hit them. Like what kind of a basic attack is that, you know? So like a little surprised to see No Way Out over Noed too.
Yeah, of course. It's yeah, I don't know. I totally agree that I think Noed might have been the better play here, but maybe they know something that we don't. Nancy is injured and have to go for the save. Ace has now had to be forced off gen. DMS's value is still in there. So, I mean, getting some DMS value, but realistically, without regression here, like you would expect the last gen to pop, and then they're going to rely on no out to kind of slow the game down. So, depending on if survivors heal or not will kind of dictate, I think, how the rest of the game will like pan out, because this gen is so far.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Swingblade's going to be healing Nancy, and Swingblade's also healing. No, okay, he's not, but he's healing on his own with whatchamacallit, that Steve perk. So he's healed up. Yeah, renewal. Yeah, he's healed up. He actually didn't heal Nancy. I thought that might be what's going on. Nancy playing a little risky here. I think she's going to get found too. Yeah, she's injured.
She will. Yeah.
Injured at a not very safe tile either.
Yeah, this is interesting. She'll get this shot.
Takes the shot. Wow. Yep. Down she goes. This will be another fresh hook, another stack of No Way Out. And this gen does not have that much. It's at about 60 or 70. Tyra's gonna have to heal himself.
DMS is about to proc again. You would assume that gen is not gonna get finished. So
well, if he heads over that way, he's actually heading towards the gen that Tyra's near. If he kicks this, Tyra's right around the corner to the left. He might hear him. Oh wait, Blast Mind actually. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Tyra. Never mind. That was actually Swingblade. I lied.
You're doing great.
Oh, so then hook comes in. That was will make it, but they obviously can't really use it yet. They do manage to, but Tyra also manages to reset as well. So yeah, Power Strike Raider's not in a bad spot now.
EMS about to expire as well, so nothing to really slow the game down. And again, no regression. So
yeah, and both these gens, like this gen here, then that gen that he just left in that deep pocket, both have a good bit of progress. So like, there's a good bit of pressure on gens, which means that like again, if he doesn't get downs really quickly,
he does find someone here.
That was actually
a really good spot.
Yeah, I didn't even think that there was a second person here. I thought it was just one. So yeah, that was pretty huge. Let's find Tyro. Tyro is the deadly survivor though, so this is actually really good for the survivors because even if he goes down, they don't have to worry about him. They can just stay on gens. So yeah, the final gen's probably gonna pop from this. Like this chase is like just not even concerning to them at all. That was a really good shot though.
Good shot.
This slinger is doing so good, like micro wise as slinger. This will be the 4th stack of No Way Out, but yeah, they're probably just gonna finish this gen. They're currently doubled up on it. And yeah, they're not gonna have to let go or anything either. This is also adrenaline on Nancy, so she'll heal herself.
Yeah, very well played by the survivors who are like, this is just good communication. Oh, that was actually been so. But imagine seeing that instance with the new proc of pain res, maybe it would have caught it before the gen finished. But again, it's just the whole what about, what if kind of scenario. So got to work with what we have. We have an injured ace, No Way Out proc. So maybe if wants to pressure the ace, get another hook here, but realistically speaking, what else is there to do in this situation?
Yeah, you really want to. I mean, you really want to try to get something going like ASAP because yeah, I mean, they're gonna trigger No Way Out. So there you go. That's an extra minute. That adds 60 seconds. But yeah, you really want to just try to get something going ASAP. That way you can snowball this pressure during No Way Out. Good patience there. Tyro will go back down. That'll be his second hook. But again, like you're still Slinger, and these guys are still full health. So like, it's still tough, right? Like, what are you gonna get now? Like, you're gonna hook him, and if you go for somebody else, you might find somebody else.
Yeah.
Which again, it's still not a bad result, though, right? If he gets another survivor and then like kills them, then that'll be like what, like 9 stages for fresh, which is not bad, right? Like you know, like assuming the other one saves Tyro and gets out. That's not it's not bad, but I mean, okay, let's just see how it plays out first before we really say anything. These guys are gonna be stealthing it out. Now, if this stealth is massive, they really need to stay hidden here. If they get found, this could snowball into more. They're doing a really good job of it thus far. Boomblade's hanging out nearby the hook in case the Slinger walks away heavily. Okay, yeah, Rain is pressuring the really far gate and like letting it be known that he's doing so. So now that the Slinger's coming over, he's gonna tell that to Swingblade, who will come grab the unhook with Will Make It. They could probably even heal up. Yeah, they can definitely heal up. Yeah. Actually, I think they're just gonna go open the gate because they probably realize that yeah, Nancy's gonna get committed to. Good shot. Ooh. Again, these shots are all fantastic from the Slinger. Like, he is doing such a good job.
Trying to go for cigar value.
They're going to be opening that gate. And honestly, Swingblade could maybe even come in and try to take a hit.
It's going to be close.
Tyro opens the gate. Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's here. Oh, good block.
Geez.
I'm actually not even sure what happened to the shot there, but... Oh, they didn't actually use that body block to get to the gate, though, which is a little strange. I didn't really... It was a little weird because I was changing cameras, so I didn't really see their positioning exactly, but I feel like if you're going to send in a body block like that, you want to use it to get to the gate, right? But
yeah, kind of push towards.
Yeah, they didn't
need to head to.
Yeah, misses that shot.
That was a really good dodge. Really
They're going to go ahead and leave. Now the only really hand for Nancy is to maybe get like to Shaq, which is going to be hard because he's going to zone him out of it. So I think Nancy should die here. Unless something crazy happens, it should be Nancy dying. So yeah, this will be likely 9 stages for fresh. Unless, you know, I don't want to... Oh yeah, it's definitely done.
Yeah,
so yeah,
is it. Yeah,
9 stages for fresh, which, again, is still a really good result. Like, don't get me wrong.
It's a great result.
Yeah, it is a really good result. But I, like... Again, like maybe I'm wrong here, okay? So I'm gonna say something, and this is a little ambitious to say, and I'm totally open to being wrong here, okay? So like, this is just my amateur opinion. Is that I think with how well this guy played micro-wise, like his shots were so good, and like and how fast he got that kill on the Rain as well. Like that shot at Shaq where he got the death hook was disgusting.
Yeah, dragged around,
with like, and then like still had like 2 gens left and everything. I think if his build was like a little different, I think this could have easily been like a 4K1 or a 4K0. Like I think easily. Like I don't know, man. I just don't know how I feel about the build. I'm not a huge fan of it. I really feel like had he just had a little bit of a stronger build, this could have easily been different. I don't know. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I do think he got some good value out of like Deadman Switch. Like No Way Out, like definitely, like I would say No Way Out did like a little bit for him, but not like I mean, it kind of gave him like an extra like hook stage or 2 because he basically left Tyro, which would have been 2. Yeah, he basically got like 1 extra hook stage out of No Way Out. He said, "Bro, I forgot paid res." So maybe that's literally what happened.
What was he trying to change? Can we ask, like, what was he
I don't.
What would he have switched?
Well, what might have happened is he might have just been throwing together his build. I've done this before too, where like I'm throwing together my build and I'm like, okay, this is a good perk, this is a good perk, this is a good perk, and then you like get to your fourth perk and you're like, oh, I guess what else do I throw on? You just kind of like slap something on, but then you don't realize that you like replaced one of the perks before, and you're like you know like it's happened to me where like I'll have pain res in my build and I'll think I'm running it, but then I'll replace it with something, and then when I get to the end of the build, I'm like, oh, I still have an extra perk. Let's throw on like I don't know, No Way Out or something, right? And you're like, and then you get in game and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't bring pain res. What happened? You know, so it might have been something like that. Because yeah, I feel like to me it feels like pain res would have made so much sense in that build. It was so strange. So yeah, it's like very odd. But either way, like regardless, he played that slinger game fucking phenomenally, man. Like if we just ignore the build and just talk about like
the skill,
yeah,
and
dude,
the use of mechanics was impressive.
Yeah,
like really impressive.
Disgustingly good shots. Like. Did he miss at all? I think he missed like 2 shots the whole game, maybe
2, maybe 3 max. But like, regardless of those missed shots, his placement, as you said, the management of knowing how to use his power, and like I can't like the shot at Shaq was just so perfect. Like it was pixel perfect to get that hit off. Surely a ping related issue, because that was honestly gross. The down at Shaq has me baffled, and I have nothing but respect for that sort of play.
Yeah, it was a super gross shot, and pretty much every shot was really good. He did a really good job of like being patient, like not like rushing a lot of the shots. Like at one point he had like, again, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but like at one point he had like Tyro on like the like edge map tile, and Tyro was kind of like juking around and spinning in circles, and he didn't just like take the shot right away. He like he kind of took a second, really made sure it was gonna land. Again, that kind of like patience and that like really disciplined play is really good and really important. It's really easy to like go into slinger games and just kind of like take shots, right? Just immediately like you know just like go for it and then get juked and then feel like a dumbass. But yeah, I mean he was really tight, disciplined, played that very well, and yeah, I mean again, I still feel like had the build been better, I would love to see what the result would have been, because I still don't think the build was bad, but like I don't know, I just feel like I feel like with how disgusting he played it, I feel like it maybe could have been better.
Just like a little bit of regression, like a pop maybe, seeming like it was very centered around that sort of middle part of the map. He was very like in the survivors were also focusing on the gen there and the gen behind Shaq.
Yeah,
like a little bit of pop goes to Weasel Valley would have been insane.
Yeah, but like pop, but like pop DMS is also rough, right? Like I feel like if you're gonna run pop, I think you replace DMS. And DMS,
100%. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying relying on DMS. I'm saying just like some sort of regression involved in there. Regardless of what you put on paint res DMS or pop by itself with something else, like value could have been huge.
Yeah.
I think No Way Out was kind of the one where I was a bit like I didn't really see much value. Like we got 1 extra hook stage I think at the end on the Nancy because he left the ace, or it was the ace on the hook.
Yeah, like basically like without No Way Out, ace would have just died on hook and it would have been 8 stages for fresh. But because of No Way Out, yeah, you're pretty comfortable to just leave that hook, and grab someone else. So yeah, it was essentially 1 more stage from it, which I would also argue like. I said the thing about like Noah in the late game too. Like again, I know this is like hindsight being 2020, and clearly if the game played out differently, then this might not be the same. But like with how that game played out, like they basically popped. They doubled a gen right beside like where he was hooking a survivor as the game was ending. So like if Noah had come in, he could have immediately got like 1, if not both of them down with Noah, and it could have snowballed into like a 4K right then and there, right? So like again. Again, it's obviously hindsight's 2020, and it's really easy for us to sit here on like the caster side, seeing how the game plays out and being like, oh, this and this would have happened, because like clearly, right? Like, and the game could have played out 50 different ways. There's really no way to know for sure. But
exactly right. But that in just in general to have that result was just insane.
Oh yeah, okay. Like, so they literally said, sorry to interrupt, but they literally said that he meant to put on Pain Res instead of No Way Out, which that's exactly what I said when I saw the build. I was like, if they just replace No Way Out with Pain Res, this build like all comes together perfectly. So yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Yeah.
But to get the result that they did, even without it, it's just like
regardless, like fucking Giga Crack Slinger like played that so well. So yeah, I mean. And the game didn't crash, which is fucking sick. So hopefully that keeps up. Somebody asked about like the artist set earlier if we're gonna play it, and yeah, I mean, assuming that we can play games, like assuming we don't run into more issues, which still might happen, right? Maybe this game will crash 50 times, who knows? But assuming like we do get through the night and the issues are like minimal or whatever, then yeah, we'll try artists again. I mean, we'll see what happens. If something happens later on and it only happens in artist games or something, then yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out on the fly. But I'm planning on trying artists once we get there, assuming we can get there. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I mean, we did 1 game without crashing, so let's not get ahead of ourselves,
if it ain't
right?
broke, don't fix it kind of thing. You know, like we'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just see. It could have also just been like that lobby was bad or something. Like I don't know. Who knows? We'll chill and we'll just take it a game at a time and we'll see what happens. Anyway, Flawless gonna be up here for Power Struggle Rangers, and he's gonna have to have a flawless game because yeah, I mean he needs a pretty good result here. So DS on Yui. Deli Unbreakable. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly cycle through the builds, just so we generally see what's going on. Anti-tunnel on both Nia and Kinship on Rizurino as well, who gets found really early. Anyway, sorry, you can go ahead and make whatever jokes you wanted.
No, I was saying because you made a funny joke in relation to the person's name.
Oh,
and then a performance word. You know, like haha.
Yeah, it's a good pun, isn't it? It's pretty good.
You
pretty
did
solid.
the thing with the words.
Yeah, the word where I make his word actually. Yeah, I make his name make sense.
Yeah. Also, cold quartering straight off the bat, by the way. Zarina about to go down.
Yeah, this is a pretty quick down. Finds Zarina pretty quickly and gets us down. And again, this build, Pain Res, Pop, so no DMS here, but Pain Res and Pop, so a ton of regression on this killer. Again, in comparison to last killer, like had no regression, and this is like the 2 strongest regression perks in the game. We do see No Way Out again, which is interesting. And there's not a lot of gen progress right now. Like mid-gen has like 30%? 2 people on it that both get chased off too. So this is 2 survivors getting chased off the gen as well. So again, gen progress not looking the best right now. There is this Ada working on this gen across the map, but she's also Deli, so she's in no position to get this unhook either, which is also unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
Looks
Deli's
like we're gonna have the Nia pushing in for the save, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean Deli's just in no position for it at all. Oh, that was a.
What was that?
She threw firecrackers. I think that might have been a misclick.
Was that a distraction?
No, I think
it was like
she
old smoke bomb tech.
No, that was definitely a misclick. I swear, anytime I run firecrackers, I will just drop that shit on accident. Like I'll just be walking around and I'll just tap my M2 on accident. I think I must have a heavy middle finger or something because I think I just like tap it on accident and I'm just like, oh, no, there goes my firecrackers. Fuck. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm pretty sure.
I did the same with the whole flashlights being deactivated, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna blind the killer, and instead I just threw my crackers. So it happens to the best of us.
They're letting Trep go struggle, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Focusing
on gens.
Yeah, they're just letting Trep go struggle. They just want to get some gen progress for it. Ada's gonna set up for the unhook now. They might also try to trigger Kinship. I mean, Kinship is here in play. So like, if hypothetically this killer wants to like really camp this out, like if they come back like they are now, like okay, with this Terra is returning, what they should do is trigger this and leave. Yeah, which is what they're gonna do. So I like this. Like if Flawless wants to play around this hook this heavily, this is a pretty good target for it, right? Because again, this is we don't allow reassurance anymore. This is the only perk that can stall out hook time now that reassurance is banned. So
no reassurance, right?
Yeah, we banned that a few weeks ago. Yeah, so this is the only perk that can do it, and yeah, you have the survivor with that perk on the hook. So this is what the build is for, right? So they're gonna get some good value here. And again, with the new hook changes and everything, it's not entirely unreasonable to have Ada just rush this hook at the last minute and still be able to get the unhook anyway. So yeah, I mean, I feel like Flawless playing close to this hook from the get-go. I don't think this is a good play from him. Like he did get this down early, don't get me wrong, but like this hook's pretty deep in a corner. This is even a little bit early from Ada, but I guess I don't hate it. I think they would just rather make sure they get it at all.
Yeah,
and even this from Flawless, this is so strange to me. What's he doing? I'm very confused about the way he's playing this because I feel like he's committed so much time and effort.
Time to the person on the hook.
Yeah, like his whole strategy here is just get this kill, and then now he just let her run the whole way across the map.
Yep.
So this is
especially not understanding gen progression
and she's back to full health now. She had resurgence, so she was half healed, and yeah, they just healed her back to full health. So yeah, the way Flawless played this is very strange. I feel like again, I think it was already a mistake what he was doing, right? I think him like hard camping that hook from the get-go was already kind of a shaky play that might not have been the best. I don't think it was like awful, but I don't think it was the best choice, right? Like I think he still could have made it work, right? I think had that unhook happened, if he would have made it a point to kill Zarina, he still kind of has like a 3-4 gen setup down there, right? Because they did all the gens out here. They haven't really touched very many gens on that side. So how do you just kill that Zarina quickly? Yeah, but like, yeah, now he has to, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
He's gonna go after this Ada now, but yeah, like this chase is amazing for Murderer's Row. This is a complete opposite side of the map of all the gens. Ada's only down 1 hook stage. She's not like an immediate danger of dying or anything. She has a pretty strong palette here. While this is going on, the gens are progressing down here, right? So yeah. I just don't. I think like macro decision making wise here, I think Flawless messed us up a bit here. I think he really, like, again, with how he played it leading up to this, I think he really just needed to kill that Zarina, because I feel like he hard committed all of his time and effort and everything into that, and then right when he was about to like right when he was about to like reap what he sowed, he was just like, nah, I'm good. I actually won't reap it. Never mind. You know what? So like, yeah, a bit odd to me.
To sit through like that whole hook stage with kinship and everything thrown on top of it, and then not to kind of pressure the killer, the survivor that just got unhooked is questionable.
Yeah,
like, that's a guaranteed kill and a guaranteed hook stage within your generator proximity. But now you've left to the other side of the map. We've got gens that are being progressed, and there's almost no pressure on anyone else up here. Like, that gen is hella far. It's probably gonna get popped.
Yeah, and like keep in mind too that like Slinger is really good at the whole like killing people off hook. Like if they don't have an OTR, which I don't think Zarina did, right? Yeah, she does. No. Obviously, there's no way to know that preemptively. But even if they do, it's just one hit and then you follow it up. But if they don't have OTR, it's pretty easy. It's pretty reasonable to like just like chase them a little bit, take like a safe shot on them, shoot them, and then just like hold them while the endurance runs out, right? Like it's pretty easy to like get around the like built-in endurance with Slinger too. So yeah, like I feel like it. To me, it just seemed really reasonable to get that kill. But instead, now it remains a 4v1. Everyone's back to full health. There is still kind of this 3-gen, but again, they're doing a really good job of tackling it right now. Trep's getting chased, but while this chase is happening, again, they're pressuring. They're like doubled. I think they were doubled up on main, and then also they had a single survivor on that other gen that was way in the back.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I think they should actually send one of these survivors. Okay, I think they are. Maybe.
The top side.
Yeah. They should send one of these survivors from main to this gen, to try to make sure they get it done before any like potential pop goes to weasels or anything, which is what they're doing. Yeah. And actually, it looks like Flawless bailed from that chase and is actually heading back towards the gens. So, yeah, because I feel like the only way that they don't get the gens there, assuming he like commits to trepidation, the only way they don't get the gens there is if he like gets that down quickly, comes back and hits us with pop, right? Because I think them leaving to double up on that was smart. And again, Flawless isn't just is such a tough spot now. He came back and interrupted this, but for what, right? Like for what? They healed up trepidation, and he's in the same spot that he was just in like 10 seconds ago, but now they have more gen progress than before, right? They're already
that's exactly right.
Yeah, they're already back on this gen, and look at them pre-leaving very, very preemptively, which you love to see that. Yui's out of this bitch. Good shot.
That was actually a really good shot. You're just going to assume, though, that we're going to be taking the hit, we're going to be leaving 3 gens, and then we're just going to be returning to dry kicking them, unless he wants to really commit to this Yui and try get some value from a slowdown. By that time, you would also assume that maybe a gen's going to pop in main. Yep. Right there.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't commit to anything without a gen popping at this point because of all the progress. Only 2 stacks of no way out, too, means that's... Unless they can get this hook really quickly, because it's Ada that was death hook, right? Yeah. So unless so can't get it in time. That's gonna be 36 seconds of no way out, which is not that long, but we'll see. And again, needs a lot for the win con right now. So this is looking pretty over. I don't think he's gonna be able to get what he needs for the win con at this point. Yui doing a good job of staying alive for a while. Eventually does get the shot though and gets it down on her.
We still have a little bit of no way out. We still have time. Who knows? Miracles can happen.
Yeah, this is going to be stage number 5 and a 3rd fresh hook. But again, he needs 10 stages is basically the win con for him. 10 stages. 9 for fresh would be a tie, but 10 stages is the win con. And this is hook stage number 5. So he's got to double his hook stages in the next,
we got this.
20 or 30 seconds.
Got to remain a little optimistic, right?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what will happen, right? The survivors could throw really hard, but that's... Like, he does have Yui up on a hill, which is a good hook spot. Makes it difficult to unhook, but they don't have to unhook. That's the thing. Like, they don't need to unhook at all. They can just let her die and open gates and go, right? So they're gonna start pressuring gates, and look, they have this gate open the way across the map. They could just go. They could just run there now and take it, which they probably will.
You just assume they're just gonna leave, yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna go. There's really no reason for them to want to stay around for the save at all. This is not enough for them to win. So, like, that's gonna be what 7 stages, 3 fresh. So. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised they're even like playing this close. It doesn't matter though. Even if he lands one of these shots, they still get out because they're all full health. So yeah, there they go. They're all gonna go, and that's gonna be Murder's Row taking it.
Yeah, GG's. Well played.
Yeah, very, very well played. I mean, I think the survivors here played very solidly. I think they did all the things they had to do right. Again, I feel like to me it was a little unfortunate because I think a lot of this came down to Flawless's misplay too. Because I feel like he had a really good start, right? Like he got that. That opening down on the trepidation was very fast. Yeah, it was a very quick down. And I feel like again, I feel like, okay, so when you get a quick down like that, and he also hooked her like in that pocket, right? He didn't hook her like mid-map. He hooked her like in the pocket. It was a pain rest hook, so like I understand why. But like when you do that, you kind of have a couple options, right? You either A, like go try to pressure the gens, which maybe allows like an unhook, like a fast unhook with like, you know, deli or whatever. But at least you're like out there pressuring the gens and you're kind of like pressuring the overall map. Or you play like really close to the hook and try to like deny unhooks, right? While like pressuring the gen slightly less. He went for that second option, which like again you can argue is like good or bad, right? Like there's obviously pros and cons to each. And again, he committed so much to it. I know we've already talked about this a lot, but I just can't stress it enough because it's 100% where the game turned around. Because he committed so much to it, and then right when they finally unhook her and she's on death hook and she's about to die, like right again, like he was sowing and he was sowing and he was sowing, and then right when he was about to reap what he sowed, he was like, nah, never mind, and he just let her go. And it was just very strange. It was very, very strange for me. I just feel like had he killed Zarina there, I think this could have been an entirely different result.
I agree.
Because he would have had 3 stacks of pain res. He would have had Pop Goes the Weasel. Like he had so much aggression. Assuming he was just getting downs, like getting the final gens done would have been a fucking nightmare, dude.
Would have been a very good position too with those gens being there. Like the way that the 3 gen was working out was very optimal for the killer. I think mechanically they played great, but I just think some of like their micro and just decision making was a bit out of the ordinary. Well, it was, I wouldn't say out of the ordinary, but I don't think it was optimal. Yeah. I think, as you said, like as soon as the Zarina got unhooked, like that should have been the time to really commit and force a position for a 3v1. But like we live, we learn.
Yep. So hopefully it's just like a lesson that you can take from it to maybe understand next time.
You need a lozenge, my friend. Your poor throat.
I'm fine. I'm good.
You're right.
Up next, we got Absolute Chaos versus Overcome. Dude, I'm good. I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
You're chilling.
They're gonna have we actually interesting killers for them. Both of their selected killers are M1 killers. They have Freddy and Wraith, and then Slinger is their tiebreaker. So pretty much the 2 M1 killers that we had available for the weekend is who they chose. So that's kind of interesting.
I enjoy watching M1 killers. I don't know what it is, but I'm super into watching M1 killer play. I think like I'm not trying to say it's like a skill issue or anything, but I truly believe that M1 killers and to use them efficiently requires a good amount of mind gaming and ability to use like your information and skill in the game to a high degree. It's sort of like a different skill. Like it's very impressive to see a lot of huntresses utilize their powers, artists, everything like that. To see like killers that can utilize their M1s and their ability to mind game well, it's super impressive. So I'm excited to see what type of builds and how they're going to play this one.
I think I'm not sure if you agree with this in terms of your love of M1 killers, but I'm curious because like to me, I kind of agree with what you're saying, but to me it's more like, I guess the way I would describe it, because I say this about myself sometimes, I feel like I'm a bit of like a DBD purist almost. I know it maybe sounds dumb, but like I played this game way back in like 2016, 2017, right? When there was like very few anti-loop killers.
Limited.
Like it was like I know Nurse came out and she was like giga busted, but other than Nurse, there wasn't really a lot of anti-loop up until like Huntress, right? And even then it was like just Nurse and Huntress's anti-loop is at least like reasonable to go against, right? Like there wasn't really like I feel like nowadays like they kind of went on the spree at one point where they released like 50 anti-loop killers in a row. They were like Spirit, Death Slinger, Pyramid Head, and it's just like, oh my god, okay, so we're fucked now. Like looping's basically dead. But like before that it was like you gotta remember that like 95% of the killers that you would run into were just loopable. Like the game was literally just like M1 killers of the game essentially, right? Like obviously there was like it was like Billy was there and stuff, and you wouldn't really call Billy an M1 killer, but he was like loopable, right? He wouldn't hit you on the other side of pallets or like, you know, whatever the fuck.
I think in terms of anti-loop, the closest thing that we got to it at the start of like a release of the game was Trapper. Like that was it, and it was just a plague trap. That was the max you could have until Nurse was kind of like the thing to fix it. Or like
really good Billies. And yeah, I mean Nurse was I'm saying even after Nurse, for like years after Nurse even, like Nurse was the only thing. Like if you didn't go against Nurse, you were basically like good to loop, right? But again, and I feel like I kind of like hold on to that kind of dearly, that like looping playstyle, and I kind of love that like pure. It's to me it feels like the like simple. It's like DVD in like its simplest, purest form. It's just like a 4.6 killer chasing a survivor. and them just trying to like, you know, them looping and then like this, and then the killer like going for the appropriate mind games on certain tiles that are mind gameable and seeing what they can do and see. And then, yeah, like even though the survivor is in like a pretty dominant spot in a lot of those chases, right? Like because of how map design is, it's still just nice to see, right? And like when a killer can manage to get hits and downs in that like unfavorable position, I feel like it's like really sick. I mean, I don't know, I like it a lot.
I love
so
it.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I completely agree.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with you. So yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of gotten to the point where I like, as you said, there's been an abundance of anti-loop killers that have been brought into the game. Whereas Nurse, when Nurse was brought in, was the answer to like Infinite, kind of to a degree, because map design wasn't really altered for quite some time. Like the old Auto Heavens, the old Macmillans, everything like that was completely busted. You could stand still. Not sure if you remember, but you could stand still and insta vault. Not getting a run up, no nothing. You could stand still and insta vault, no entity blockers, no nothing.
And it was and it was all fast vaults too. There was no such thing as medium vaults.
It was all fast vaults. There was no mediums. There was no nothing. You could literally stand at a window, hold shift, press space, and you're fast vaulting infinitely. It was feral. But anyway, they brought the Nurse in to counter that, and ever since then they've kind of branched out and brought in different elements to anti-loop. And anti-loop is like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always fun going against a cracked Huntress and a cracked artist.
I don't think that Nurse was brought in to counter. I think a lot of people have that mindset about the devs that they like will introduce things to like fix things in the game, right? Like how I feeling like Nurse is there to like counter anti-loop, or like even like certain perks and stuff. I mean, I think they might do it sometimes with perks and stuff, but like I'm pretty confident that Nurse was not made as like a counter for anything. I think they just like thought it was a fun design.
I think she was designed like early enough to not implement the whole fact that it was anti-loop. But I think she would like, because it takes a while to develop these things and bring them into the game, and then there's the announcements and everything involved. But her whole design was kind of broke the what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of broke the laws of what the game's mechanics were in the first place. Like, it was always kind of interactiveness between killer and survivor, and Nurse kind of countered that with, I not only can outplay the survivor, but I can also outplay the map itself.
Yeah, Nurse was, dude, I feel like Nurse release was weird. Everybody's always kind of hated Nurse ever since her release because of that, which is, and I agree, it is weird. Like, they like, it's so weird that they like released the game with like these 3 killers, and like the interactions were all the same, right? It was like you have this map, and you have these tools on the maps that you can use to help you against these killers, right? Like, don't worry, if you vault the window, or you like throw a paladin, vault the paladin or whatever, like, you're safe, because there's the wall between you. And they're like, okay, what if we just made a killer where none of that matters? You know what I mean? Like, that's basically what they did. They're like, none of that matters. The whole game doesn't matter anymore. This is a completely different video game you're playing now. Here's this killer. And it's really weird. Yeah, I don't think they did it with like any intention in terms of like you know, like them thinking looping was too strong or anything. I think they just thought the design was cool. I think that's typically how behavior has been since the dawn of time. I think everybody always like ties these like alter egos, or sorry, not alter egos, these like alter like intentions to like everything that they're doing, right? They're like, oh, they're doing this because of this. I think that most things that behavior doing, they're just like, yeah, we think this is cool, so we're just gonna do it. Like, we're gonna make this work because we think it's kind of cool. And I think that's kind of how Nurse was. And yeah, I mean,
that concept makes sense.
Yeah, and I do think it was fucking stupid though. Like, Nurse is I honestly like Nurse. I think she's a cool killer, and I do enjoy her, but she's honestly fucking stupid. Like, her design is dumb, right? Like, it literally just like takes all the mechanics of the game and throws them out the fucking window. It's really weird. Like, it's a very strange design that they decided to go forward with.
Do you think, even with after the reworks, do you even think that Nurse still in its current state could go through more of a rework?
I had
more of a punishment per se.
I mean, I think if her ability is to teleport through walls and then hit people the way it is right now, I don't think there's really any way to like make that not just like game breaking, right? Like, I don't know. There's really no way to, like, I think if you wanted to make her like, I guess like make sense with like the game, then I think you would need to just rework her entirely. I gotta play some ads, by the way, guys. I'm just gonna say that out loud right now. This is kind of taking a minute, so I'm just gonna play some ads. We're just gonna be probably bullshitting about killer design anyway, so like, I don't know. You're not gonna miss any gameplay at least, but I'm gonna go ahead and just run some real quick. Yeah, I guess if Freddy couldn't invite me, that's all good. I'll restart myself even just in case, and I'll make sure to redo the stream for you. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. It is tough. I know. So okay, there was a very wise man that once played DBD. I don't know if you'll know this name. How long have you been around the DBD world?
I started playing in 2016.
Do you remember Flare 2V? Do you remember Flare? Okay,
No, I didn't
Flare.
get into Twitch DBD until like 2019.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Flare was like a Billy main back in like 2016. He was like one of the OG players, and Flare, in my opinion, was one of the most genius fucking people that has ever played this game. Like he had the smartest fucking takes on shit. Like him leaving the community was like so depressing to me because he was so fucking smart when it came to like design and shit. And he would always like, I swear every time that man fucking opened his mouth, like fucking magic would flow out, dude. And I remember him going on rants before. This was a long time ago before, like, again, keep in mind, this is like 2016, 2017. So like, this isn't something that he said recently with like all the killer designs we have now. But like, I remember him saying something that was like, where he was implying that with the game being built around the 3 killers that it was built around, right? The 3 like 4.6 killers being like Wraith, Freddy, and Trapper. That like when you start introducing these killers that have like these mega strong abilities, but then you try to balance it out by making them not 4.6, right? Like making 4.4s with anti-loop and making like Nurse make like fucking slower than survivors with teleporting. Like he was basically like making the argument that you could just make every single killer 4.6 no matter what, and then balance whatever the fuck you want them to do around that and like make that like a baseline no matter what, which I feel like could be a good idea because you could probably do that with almost every killer. Even right now you could maybe do that, right? Like I feel like with all the designs now I think it might be harder because like things like Spirit, the fuck you do there, right? But I think like at the time it like made a lot of sense because yeah, like hypothetically you can literally just like make every killer's ability not like so fucking insane that they're just like gonna hit you no matter what, because again that's not very fun gameplay anyway, right? Like who wants to play against a killer that you just know you're gonna get hit against, you know? And yeah, I think it does. I think it kind of like that was something that was like being discussed about Nurse too. Like instead of Nurse having this ability where you just get hits no matter what and like nothing the survivors can do can stop it, you know, like balance it out in a way. You could even give her like strong abilities, put it on cooldowns, but you know, just do something where you can like still keep her the same move speed as before. Or like as everybody else, then kind of balance around that. And again, that could hypothetically work out really well. I mean, obviously we'll probably never see that, but I don't know. I do think there is ways, right? There is probably ways where you can do something similar to that. Like you can balance their ability, make them weaker, make them like you make every killer like a 4.6 killer. Again, with Nurse, I don't know if you can necessarily teleport through walls, but maybe even still, right? Maybe you have to earn the blinks or something. What if they made Nurse like 4.6? Like again, like I think Oni is a good example of this, of like people where you have to earn your ability, you know? Like Oni's 4.6, you don't get to use your cracked out crazy ability until you earn it. You can do the same thing with Nurse. What if like Nurse, like certain actions that you do or something would give you blinks, you know, but you had like a limited amount of them. You had to be really careful when you use them and shit, right? Like I don't, and maybe if you gave those blinks counterplay, like what if you could actually like stun them during the blink or something too, right? Like if you like kind of like, I feel like you can build around, you know, the killer in a way where you can make it work and just make them 4.6 and then also make their power still decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that goes for a lot of killers though. I think just in general, like anti-loop has been something that like community has addressed a little bit, but I don't think it's as deep as what I think a lot of people have gone into it. I think, would you say that anti-loop has made the game unfun for a lot of the community, or would you say that it's brought new interactive gameplay for a lot of people with the implementation of like xenomorph, you know, etc. So on forth? Like what
I think like I think like I think it's changed the game a ton, and I think a lot of people are still to this day having trouble adjusting. Because again, I was kind of in the same boat. Like again, I grew up. I say I grew up, but I mean I started playing DBD early on, and again, it was like very purist back then. Everybody was loopable. The gameplay was all about looping, right? And then it kind of slowly developed to what it is now, where they kept releasing anti-loop killers. The game kind of became a lot more about like holding W, right? That's been a big thing, like hold W meta, right? Instead of like looping, it's like you just hold W, you get distance, and you hold distance as much as you can, and that's all you do, right? You don't really worry about looping. You just hold distance and keep holding W and just run away, like hug edge map if you have to. And like, yeah, to me, that's significantly less fun than looping, right? Like, and I think a lot of people have agreed with that throughout the years. Like back in the day when the gameplay was about looping, because also you got to remember that back in the day it was like a lot less try hard overall, right? Because when you knew that the killer was going to be loopable, like if you loaded into a game of Survivor knowing that like it was going to be like a Wraith or a Billy or a Trapper or like even like a doctor or like a huntress, or I mean, and even then huntresses were like way less good back then too, right? So like you would load in knowing it was like these killers, and you would know that like getting chased by them would just be like a little fun 1v1 interaction. So like you would try to do that, right? You would go out of your way to try to get chased. Like you wouldn't just sit on gens all game and be like must win, must win. Like you would do gens sometimes, but then you would like go for flash saves, you'd fuck around, you'd try to get chased. But like nowadays, like say you're going against, you know, like I mean Nurse has always been the exception, but say nowadays, say you're going against Nurse, say you're going against Pyramid Head, say you're going against Xenomorph, say you're going against Slinger even, right? Like I love Slinger, but even Slinger, like the chases are not really, I mean, I guess it depends on how good, like if they're bad players, then maybe it'll be fun. But assuming you're going against good people controlling those killers, it's not really like these like fun looping interactions, right? It's like, oh, I'm getting chased, I'm gonna fucking die. Like I'm literally gonna die, and all I can do is try to buy a little bit more time. And it becomes more of like this like team objective, right? Instead of it being like, let's go have this fun 1v1 interaction, the whole thing becomes like, okay, all 4 of us as a team, let's try to be efficient and do the gens, you know, because the chases are just going to be fucking awful. So let's just like slam the gens as a team. So yeah, I feel like the game has become like, I feel like it's turned from like this like fun little like individual interaction between the killer and the survivor into like this like, okay, as a team, let's win games. You know what I mean?
I'm going to have probably my most controversial take you've heard yet.
Okay.
I truly believe the game was infinitely funner when it was completely and utterly survivor-sided.
Yeah, that's, you mean for both sides, or like just for survivors?
No, for both sides. I truly believe, well, not so much for both sides. I can't speak in particular for the killer side because, you know, killer, I even when I played killer back then, I didn't feel like it was too problematic. Well, you know what I mean? Like not 4K'ing every game wasn't that big of an issue for me.
Also, okay, look, this is the last thing I want to say about it, but then we got to like kind of cast the game. But I will say as well that I kind of agree, and a lot of it was because survivors back then also did not try hard, like ever. It was super rare to run into a team that was actually try harding. Like pretty much everybody just played for fun. But again, this is a topic for another day. I don't want to keep ranting about it because we're pretty deep into this game already. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this in between game. He did find Yui crouching upstairs. So yes, Stabiffle. This is interesting. Stabiffle, Freddy, Noed, Pain Res, Corrupt. He's got Nancy's Masterpiece, which helps the teleport cooldown be a little bit less. And then the red paintbrush, which starts everyone off asleep. So this is EU versus NA as well. Keep that in mind. So ping is going to be high on all games. Yeah, ping for everybody's going to be 100-ish. So for the survivors and killer, it's going to be high. If Burzard is playing on the other team, he's from India, so he'll have like 300 ping too. So if we see Burzard, if we see Burzard in these matches, expect him to be extra laggy. Right. But yeah, regardless, pretty high ping. So far, Yui's doing a good job in this loop.
Yeah,
these snares. Yeah, we will get it down though. These snares are set up. These loops, these filler tiles are honestly not very safe. And I think if you see the Freddy kind of setting up loops or setting up snares the way he was, she probably should have tried to leave and transition to a different tile. Because yeah, if he has time to set up loops or set up snares around those loops, they're really not that safe.
Of course. And also the I didn't really take notice of the build too much. Oh, we have Stabiffle. Interesting. Yeah, Stabiffle, Pain Res, Noed. So just really strong perks. Like not like a lot of like synergy, but just strong build or strong perks. I'm kind of intrigued to see how a lot of the survivor like players are going to play around Stabiffle in this sort of setting, because I haven't really seen too much value from many Stabiffle players in this setting. So one thing I haven't seen a lot of, which I wish we would see more of, more hits is like obsession. Like obsession players playing aggressively, I guess, once they realize Stabiffle's in play, right? Like having like an obsession player be like playing more aggressively and being okay with the one like trying to get chased, maybe even body blocking hits. Like for instance, if someone's getting tunneled out, like I think might be what's happening here with like Yui possibly getting tunneled out, like having the obsession come in and body block. They might not have identified it yet. I mean, it's only 3 stacks, right? I feel like you can really start identifying Stabiffle like very obviously at like 4+ is when you're like, okay, he's recovering very quickly. Something's going on here, you know? Like now should be the point where you're kind of like, that has to be it. Yeah. But this redown happened pretty quickly onto Mimi, so they're gonna pop 2 more gens because this isn't gonna be pain res, right? But this was still pretty quick given like I would say given like Freddy standards, you know what I mean? And also there's still a lot of, I think all the gen, okay, not all the gens, there's this one down here, but there's still a 3 gen top side. You had main and then both 11 and 1 are all there. So yeah, these 3 gens top side are still there as well. Yeah, and I mean typically you want to play around main. Like I think the perspective of playing around main would be an easier task than playing on the other side of the map because it's relatively dead zoned. Oh, that's
what just happened?
Wait, what?
Did he not see her?
Am I confused? Like, what? I'm intrigued.
Well, he finds her now and gets the hit. I don't know how I feel about like what. I'm not really sure what that was. Zarina was like hovering the hook as if she wanted to get the unhook. But then when she got found, she didn't take the unhook, and now they have to send somebody else. I don't really like the way they played this out. That just kind of felt like a waste. It felt like Zarina just kind of got hit there for no reason. Jeff's gonna take this. He's got delis, so he's not. It's kind of fine. They have to know about Stabiful now, right? With that happening the way that did, they literally have to know about Stabiful now.
I'm hoping we see our Nancy trying to get in some faces here and try to get some value.
Again, he's letting. I still hate this. This feels like the same thing that happened with that last Singer game. With you having Stabiful too, he hit Jeff.
He could have caught up.
And yeah, like with him having 7 stacks of Stabiful, he could have immediately hit me again and not even cared because it would have just given him another Stabiful stack and then followed up on the tunnel. But at the same time, this is very sloppy from Artist.
That's not where you want to be. Unlucky. Too close hooks. Oh!
Freddy Booty Smacker. He did say in the lobby that booties were going to be smacked. Shut the fuck up right now. Get the fuck out of here. What's he doing? His name is fucking Freddy Booty Smacker, bro. Oh my god, I'm dying. Why? Why is this a thing, dude? Please.
I'm kind of okay with it.
He's been playing under this name for like 4 months, dude. And this is the first time I've seen him play Freddy. Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm fucking dying, dude. Holy shit. Anyway, sorry. They
Professionalism at its finest. Yeah.
I just can't. I'm very surprised he actually did it. I didn't think it was actually going to be a thing.
They've been setting this up for months.
He really has.
This has been right. Playing the long game.
Okay. All jokes aside, they've actually managed to recover pretty well. They got both the unhooks. The Obsession's also getting chased now. He's gonna teleport back over to this side.
Has that Yui, who's on death.
Yeah, this is Yui Deathlook, but she's full health. This is gonna be kind of scary though. Smacked, 7 stacks of Stabiful means that he's not gonna get he's not gonna lose too much distance. Looks like Overcome, I think, though. She went really far. She did slow down though. Oh yeah, she's gonna. She has a pally here.
She makes it.
This is a bad decision. Just played that. Yeah, she should have just tried to play that. She didn't have enough distance to loop around. Yeah, so she's gonna go down there, and that's gonna be a kill. But are they gonna? They're gonna pop the final gen for that though. Yeah, they just stayed injured and slammed the gen, so that was a pretty like smart heads up play to deal with the situation they were in. But now Noed's in play. I mean, they're all injured, so I guess it ends up not mattering too much anyway. But still, I mean, with Noed in play,
feeling like this is gonna be chaos. I'm hoping for chaos in this end game here.
I mean, this Survivor team's name is Absolute Chaos, so they're gonna get this gate open. Are they just gonna rush it? Bull rush it? Are they just gonna bull rush it? I think
he gets this. He gets this. He gets this. He gets this.
But then, honestly, the other two can get out, and that's really not bad. Like, that's 7 stages, 3 fresh. These two just run out the door right now. Jeff. They're not running out. They're not running out. What are they saying? They should have just ran out.
He's offering a fresh hook. Oh no.
Oh
no.
Oh no. Stabiful as well. Did he not? He didn't see. But he's gonna get her. And that's a fresh hook too.
Chaos. No.
Oh no, this is a lot. Dino is a fresh hook. That's gonna be 3 more stages. He's gonna be able to probably get the hook. I mean, Robin has Unbreakable, but is it gonna be? No, I don't think it'll be.
I think he's
Unbreakable plus Sprint Burst. Maybe Unbreakable then Sprint Burst around this wall. Maybe could make something happen. Maybe.
Please.
I think they're gonna wait for him to get close and then try to Unbreakable Sprint Burst. Right now. Go. Just get out.
Yes.
Okay. Woo. Still though, I mean, Freddy still did manage to get a little bit more than he probably should have. That's gonna be 9 stages for fresh, which is I would say a really good Freddy result. I would say for Freddy, 100%. I mean, it's a lot better than what it was. Almost 11 stages. So like, I mean, kudos to that Jeff for making that heads up play at the end there. Like that was a really good Unbreakable Sprint Burst play from Jeff.
To not leave in the first place.
Yeah, I think they both could have rushed out while like basically like waited for the hook to happen, and then during the hook animation just kind of rush out, right? And then if he happens to like try to zone you and maybe down one, you can maybe heel tech each other, right? Like I think they could have gotten out without. Yeah, I think it should have been 7. It should have been 7 stages 3 fresh. Yeah, like I think they definitely could have got 7 stages 3 fresh. Instead, they get 9 stages 4 fresh, which is a significantly better result. Like that is a very significantly better result for Freddy here. So. The P100 Freddy booty smacker, he came in, he smacked the booties, he got a pretty good result, and I feel like that's gonna set them up to be in a pretty good spot to get a result themselves. But again, keep in mind this is high ping, so like, you know, like this is a good result, but I wouldn't say it's out of the question for this next game to also go in a pretty south route depending on how things go. So
do we know how big the ping difference is? Is it like 200, 300?
It
like,
should
what
be,
are we dealing with?
Okay, if you're East Coast NA and you're connecting to like West Coast Europe, which is usually what it is, it's about 100. It's about 100 ping. If you're West Coast NA, it's like 170, maybe like 180, I think sometimes. Like it can get pretty bad when you're like West Coast NA to like EU or even if you're like from like Eastern EU, right? If you're in like Russia or like the Baltic states or something, you can get like pretty rough ping there. But yeah, it's like typically if it's like East Coast NA to Western Europe, it's not that bad. It's not great, obviously. Like any kind of ping on DVD is rough, but it's not super bad. So
yeah, right. I was wondering if it was like a 300 ping that I get playing on the EU servers. That's all. So
yeah, no. It's nothing that bad at least, but yeah, it's definitely not great. I mean, again, we'll see Burzard with that. Burzard will be playing that high of a ping because he's from India, so it'll be real bad there.
Wait, so what servers would like people from India play on? Like,
there's Southeast Asia servers. There's basically like
they get grouped up there. Oh shit.
Yeah, they would probably get thrown into Southeast Asia. Yeah, there's like North Asia, like there's like Northeast Asia, Southeast Asia, and then Oceania, and then there's NA. NA West, NA East, and then I think there's even 2 different locations in Europe too. I think there's like but I think the 2 locations in Europe are both like kind of Western. I think it's like UK and then like Frankfurt or something, Germany, I think. So like weirdly enough, I think they're both like pretty similar in position, which is kind of weird. Like you'd think they would like put one more East, and there's like no Middle East there's like no servers in the Middle East at all. There's actually I think there's a good bit of Middle East players that play this game, and they get cocked. They have like no good servers. I'm pretty sure they have nothing. I don't know where they
unfortunate.
I don't know where they get connected to. Probably Europe, but yeah, I think they play on like permanent 100+ ping, which is really unfortunate. They should probably like. There's got to be somewhere you can get a server there, right? Like I don't see why they don't. I'm pretty sure there's a good bit of like Middle Eastern players too, like in comp and also just in general. Like I don't know. It's kind of a shame.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that Middle East doesn't have anything. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
Do they get thrown into like anywhere? Like, do they just get thrown
Europe?
Into
apparently, they say Europe. Yeah. I feel like they can even because I'm pretty sure like there's like same thing with like Africa too, right? Which like, man, I mean it's hard to find like. I don't think you can find something central for everything. I feel like Egypt would probably be nice for like a good central for like a lot of like for Middle Eastern while also covering like Northern Africa, like Morocco and everything. But like I mean if you get people from like South Africa though, then you're kind of fucked, right? And also like South America, I'm pretty sure there's no South America servers either, right? Am I wrong about that? Wait, actually, do you guys know is there South America? Oh, no, I think there is. I think there actually is in Brazil. I think there's actually servers out of Brazil. I think there's like Sao Paulo servers or something.
I was actually sure.
Yeah, no, I think they have South America servers actually. Yeah, I think I'm wrong about that. Yeah, okay, good. I was gonna say if there's no South America servers, that would actually be fucking criminal. Because yeah, that's. I mean, I would argue no Middle East servers is pretty criminal too, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh dear. I would agree. But anyway, next game we've got is it
6 miles north is going to be playing Killer, and then yeah, Burzard is from India, so yeah, Burzard's ping will be extra high, and yeah, these and the rest of these guys are still EU, so ping will still be high overall.
I'm going for Burzard. Let's go.
But this team, baby. I mean, they're used to high ping. I feel like we've seen these guys play on high ping on almost. We've only had these guys play like a few matches ever where they've been playing EU versus EU. It's been. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of EU teams, so like we do end up getting like EU versus NA matches, matchups a bit with our EU teams. So like I want to say they're used to it, you know. I mean, how used to it can you be really, right? Like getting hit through pallets. There's only so much you can get used to it, but I would say that they're relatively used to it compared to most. So I think they maybe, you can maybe say they have an advantage there, but we'll see. The result they need isn't too bad considering it's Freddy, right? They just need to get out with like 8 stages essentially.
And I mean, like, again, kudos back to that. Like, we're going to go back to that last game because I feel like there wasn't enough praise, but the Freddy played outstanding.
Yeah.
Really aggressive, but played everything really, really well. Like, their management was amazing. I think the survivors put themselves in some awkward positions around main and getting that double hook. And if Freddy was a bit more aggressive, holding that ground there, I feel like maybe the result could have went a bit differently. But I mean, like, smacking on asses is definitely much more appreciated. Than, yeah,
I was too busy laughing, and to be honest with you, I didn't actually see what happened because I feel like that seemed pretty game ending. Because like, he had 2 hooks, and that was like the 3-gen, right? He had a 3-gen topside.
It was,
So I actually am a little confused because I feel like he could have just like sat on top of the hooks, and then also with like Stabiffle, unhooking would be a nightmare. I actually don't like. I'm gonna be real. I was too busy laughing my ass off that I kind of like lost track of like what exactly happened. But yeah, I do kind of feel like he maybe threw a big lead that he had there. But again, that being said, I still think he got a good result anyway, even with
the hooks.
The fact that he threw the fact that he threw for booty smacks. I think he still ended up getting a really good result. So
no, I appreciate the tenacity that our Freddy Smacker showed. But I think the hooks were far enough for someone to get just a quick, safe underhook coming from the outsides, rather than being able to actually confirm some downs. So even with Stabiffle, it was kind of like a hard position to just hold it down unless he stayed on one person. So, but I mean, I respect it. Tenacity to go and smack some asses is always respected, and I
and like
rep, dude.
And again, like regardless, I feel like the result he got was still like, again, I think like expected result for Freddy is going to be less than that. Like I think the expected result is going to be like somewhere between like 6 and 9 stages, right? Like I feel like that's probably the expected. So I feel like, again, I think he's still put his team in a pretty good position to win this. As long as they just play a good tight game here, then they should have this in the bag. But that being said, all it takes is a couple fuck ups, right? And especially if 6 Miles North is playing this really, really well, like if he plays it very tight and well himself, then it could very easily swing the other way, especially with the high ping and everything involved too. So it's not over by any means, but we'll see. We'll see.
Also, a bit of a different build here, actually. Like very, very, very on gens. Like the Eruption pop combo, interesting to see. Boost Biffle this time around. Yeah. I'm assuming that we're going to have some very good micromanagement for our gens are going to try hold down a specific space. So
yeah, he still is rocking Noah. He doesn't have pain res or anything, but yeah, it is interesting because I feel like there's a lot of like in terms of like perks on Freddy, there's a lot that you could see, right? Like obviously like this, like pop eruption is always good. Pain res is clearly an option. Strong. I think DMS is honestly not crazy. Actually, do we even allow DMS on him? I'd have to go look. I don't think we would ban things on Freddy, so I don't think we would have it banned. But DMS could be really strong on him. Like even like Sloppy, right? Seeing as I was an M1 killer, like there's a lot of options. Stabiffle, we saw that last game. So yeah, there is a lot of options in terms of build. So it is kind of interesting to see what people goes for. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a pretty solid one. I do think Pop Eruption is a very strong. Yeah, it's a very strong combo. Yeah, like I think it's an insanely strong combo. Oh, Burzard kind of getting caught off here, and again, like that hit for him probably looks like that hit for him was probably insane. Because even on our screen, like on our screen, it should be like close to quote unquote normal in terms of like ping wise, right? So on his screen, he probably was like 5 steps away from that. Honestly, that was probably really bad. But yeah, the first down,
dude.
First down does come in pretty quickly though. I mean, I say pretty quickly, but I mean 2 gens done.
2 gens. Yeah.
I mean, I still feel like it was a really good chase from him, but I mean, it's Freddy, right? It's Freddy, and
what can you expect? We got to set the bar kind of low for. Mind you, I think I'm not entirely sure, but I think our killer is a console gamer too. You know, I've got massive respect for console gamers. I've tried it a few times in the past, and I'm terrible. Like I'm shockingly bad. Have you ever tried to play killer recently on a controller?
Yeah, no, it's a nightmare. I do think that like if you're like more used to a controller, I think it's a lot more reasonable. Like
100%.
Because like I used to play like FPS games like pretty like competitively on a controller back in the day, like back in like the old COD days and shit, right? And like if you tried to get me to do that shit now, I've tried playing like an FPS on a controller, and dude, it is not cute. It is not good. So yeah, like I feel like if you're more used to it, it's probably a lot more reasonable. Whereas I feel like Yeah, with us not using a controller ever. But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I still do think a game like this with controller is definitely tough. Looks like he really wants to camp us out to struggle, which I don't think is a very good idea because Milton can kind of just come up and force us 1-for-1. As a matter of fact, he's not even going to 1-for-1. Wait, what's he doing? Why did he step away?
Wait.
Whoa, 6 miles north. What are you doing? Whoa. Just let that unhook happen for free after camping it almost. Oh, no, that's not good.
Yeah. In the background.
Overcome has done a really good job of pressuring gens. I mean, those first two gens popping after that first chase. Again, that first chase was not like super long, honestly. So the fact that they even got those 2 gens done, I think they're doing a really good job of being efficient. Like they are
100%.
really attacking the gens well.
You would assume this is going to be a hit here.
Yeah, that pre snare from before paying off heavily, but but this is Delhi, so like this is not still that good of a position to be in. At this point, and also this is the complete opposite side of the map from all the gens, right? Like that first hook happened top side, so like the 3 gens top side, right? And this hook is in like the complete opposite side. Like look, like a Laser Raptor is doing the gen at 1 o'clock, and it's basically gonna get done. And that gen's gonna get done unless he heads over immediately. Even right now, I think it's too late. It gets done. Yeah, it's 100% done.
Yep.
So
yeah,
we
got a pretty good split, and Freddy's going for we're chasing a Nia now.
Yeah, he's chasing a fresh hook, Nia, at this point. Didn't manage to get Pop Goes the Weasel off either, or Eruption, so no gen kicks. Balance landing comes in too. Nia's just gonna stay bottom side, away from the majority of the gens. Although Milton was doing that gen right there, that was actually a little bit of a fuck up from I think than Freddy. I think he should have just turned and went for that Zarina. She was literally doing it. Yeah, she was doing a gen right in front of him, and I don't think he saw. Oh no!
That's a case of auto aim there. 100% drag. I mean, a bit of a premature swing, but dragged left with auto aim. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's pretty unfortunate that we bailed shot chase on Nia. This is looking pretty hopeless at this point. And I think the only way that he's gonna be able to pull this off is if he can really, if he can pop off with no-ed. Which I feel like that boils down to the survivors kind of throwing, right? Like, I feel like popping off with no-ed is basically hoping that they miss position and that you can take advantage. But if they don't miss position, then he's kind of fucked. Like at this point, it's very, very much on the survivors to lose this rather than for him to win this. And they're gonna finish this bottom side gen. They're already doubled on it. The gen efficiency of this game has been phenomenal. Are they waiting for a no-ed play or an adrenaline play? I think they're gonna let.
Maybe they're trying to wait for a safe positioning for no-ed not to be anywhere near anyone. Maybe.
Laser Raptor's already on the gate, bottom left. Freddy's at the other gate. And he's setting snares. Oh, no. Yeah, it's done. It's done. He doesn't even make it to the gate in time. They're gonna open it and just walk out.
Well played by the survivors though. Well played. They split their pressure. The chases were enough to get the job done, but I think it was just kind of like a micromanagement at that point that kind of might have let things down a little bit. Like to camp that hook, to leave it to get a very safe unhook without like being given a hit on them before the unhook happened was kind of interesting.
Yeah, so just to just to recap, like basically what Freddy did is he hooked the guy, he teleported away to kick a gem with pop, which I think was good, right? Like you definitely want to use like the first bit of the hook stage to like go pressure a bit, and then he came back to try to like. FYI, I do think he came back to hook to camp it out a little early. Like typically, like the way it works, especially now since like it's so easy to unhook since they removed hook grabs. Basically, you want to use the first like roughly like half of the hook stage at least to kind of like pressure a bit, right? Like even if you're not like committing, even if you just like walk up towards a gen that's like close to the hook just to like scare them off temporarily, right? If you could even just make them get off the gen for like 5 or 10 seconds, that's still some pressure, right? So you want to like pressure around a little bit at first, and then if they get the unhook within the first like half of the hook stage, whatever, you just get a faster tunnel, right? But if they don't, like, right, if it gets to about the halfway point, that's when you kind of go back and play closer and like secure it. And like I think he went back a little bit early, but even going back early is whatever. It's only a minor mistake. But then like the weird thing was like right before he was about to go struggle, like he sat in front of him, and then maybe like 5 or 10 seconds before he was about to go struggle, he like walked away to break a pallet. Yeah, which was very bad. Like at that point, you really like the closer the survivor gets to going to the next hook stage, the closer you need to be face camping that hook, right? Like you need to be right up in that motherfucker's face, staring at his like fucking like on his like basically staring into his soul. Because again, had he got the down onto Milton on the unhook, he could have either just rehooked him and got pop and then went from there. But it was like worst case scenario. Like the unhook happened, and then he also chased Zarina, which was the full health Delhi survivor, who ran to the complete opposite side of the map. And then at that point the game's over, right? Like at that point the game is literally over just from there. Like that one decision and how that played out just ended the game right then and there. And there was just At that point, there was no way to come back unless the survivors made massive mistakes. So, yeah, just unfortunate for 6 Miles. Hopefully, they can maybe use that as a learning experience for later, and you know, kind of maybe know how to handle that a little bit better in the future. But yeah, that's definitely where the game went bad. Yeah.
Yeah, to kind of come down to a point where you're trying to rely on, no, it shouldn't be the case in that sort of situation. And we learn, we live, we love, we learn, and we watch anime, and then we thrive.
We don't do that last one, but that's gonna be the Freddy set going to overcome. We're gonna be going to
Wraith.
Man, the fact that like it's Wraith 2 with this high ping is gonna be brutal, dude. Wraith is like Wraith Dead Dog Saloon is already like rough even on good ping. On high ping, dude, oof. Fucking oof, dude. Like trying to play I'm
so excited.
Like trying to play those pallets on good ping is tough. So trying to play those pallets on bad ping,
yeah,
gonna be very, very tough for sure. So this will be a very interesting game.
Almost as tough as my cough nectar.
Your cuff nectar?
Cough nectar.
Tough nectar.
Cough. We talked about this earlier. Cough nectar.
Oh, you're saying cough. But
Cough.
you're Australian, so you say cuff, not cough.
Cough. No, I'm saying cough.
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 All right, here. You ready? We're going back to this then, all right? How say this. You ready? Here. Now chat.
Oh, wait, you're going to type it to me?
Yeah, I typed it.
Aluminum. Wait, you put an I in there. You typed aluminum? Aluminum? Why'd you put an I in there? It's aluminum.
Aluminium. It's aluminium.
Aluminium? No, it's aluminum.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
It's aluminium.
Aluminium? It's aluminum. What do you mean?
No, it's aluminium.
Aluminium? Kyle is right. Is there an I in aluminum? And have I been lied to my whole life?
It's aluminium.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, maybe yes.
Carl's right. Carl's wrong. I'm seeing Carl's right. He's right. Can we get a quick poll, mods?
In American English, this element is called aluminum, while in British English, it's more commonly referred to as aluminium. The two names refer to the same chemical element. In scientific writing and academia, both aluminum and aluminium are correctly used and considered correct names. That's what Google told me. The fuck?
Okay. But again, the rest of the world uses it.
So this is like one of those like imperial systems versus metric systems thing where we're just kind of being
driving
stubborn.
on the wrong side of the road. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just being really stubborn and calling it aluminum for no reason.
Like, honestly, I got a bone to pick. Who measures in miles?
Yeah, it is really stupid. Do you know? So like,
it triggers me.
So like, do you know? Here, like, let me ask you a question. Like, you know how many meters are in a kilometer, right?
Yeah, 1,000 meters per kilometer.
Yeah,
it's such a simple method.
So how many feet are in a mile?
What?
Do you know how many feet are in a mile? 5,280, I'm pretty sure is the number.
Why would you make that a logical way to measure your distances?
Right? Does that make no sense?
Why?
Yeah, right? Like, what?
Oh my god.
Just use tens, bro. Just use tens. Like, what the fuck? I agree.
That's I'm sorry, but that's so outdated and just ridiculous. Like, I can simply say, you know what? And that's the best part about Australian culture. We can sit there and someone be like, you know what? I just got to drive a kilometer down the road to the tuck shop to get myself, you know, a battered salve. You know, it's so simple.
Yeah, you're right. That sentence was really simple, and I understood all of it. And honestly, I think the whole world should talk that way. I agree.
But reality is, a kilometer is just 1,000 meters. It's so simple. Also, pounds. Don't get me started on pounds.
Yeah, dude. Like, what's up with that?
Don't get me started on pounds.
And like everything is like vaguely similar. Like, for instance, a pound is 16 ounces, right? But then like a foot is 12 inches, and it's like what the fuck is going on here? And then you got like oh god, it's just you got like a teaspoon. It's like 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon. And then like how many tablespoons is in like a fucking cup? And then how many cups is in a gallon? And it's just like, the fuck?
Yep.
Like, why?
Yeah, I just can't with this system over there. There's so many things about it that just trigger me. Like, it makes me want to go bold and pull my hair out.
No, I agree. America kind of sucks for that. I feel like I feel like America's like that fucking. I'm not like other girls. I'm so quirky and different. Like he look at me. I'm gonna stand out and use this system that makes no sense because I'm so quirky. I'm not like other countries. Like, shut up, America. Shut up, America. Stop being quirky. Just fucking use the system that makes sense.
It's quirky and I'm okay with it, and the only reason why I'm okay with it is because IHOP exists.
You like IHOP?
I like IHOP.
Isn't IHOP just the place where people go to fight?
What?
I thought that was
no.
wasn't that IHOP or no? Is that Waffle House? I think I'm thinking of Waffle House. Or which one is it? I don't know. I know one.
Wait,
okay, it's
why do
Waffle
people
House.
go to-
Never mind.
What?
Yeah, Waffle House.
Mean.
Yeah, Waffle House is where people go to brawl. Yeah, it's basically Fight Club, honestly.
Intentionally?
Yeah, it's basically Fight Club. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's
a fault
yeah,
game.
exactly what Cole said. It's America's designated PvP zone, 100%. Like if you go to Waffle House, you better be ready for a fight. Is all I'm saying. You know, because shit goes down at Waffle
Really?
House. Shit goes down.
So because I'm in the States next month, so I should avoid Waffle House.
Unless you're feeling like you have a bunch of aggression pent up that you want to get out, you know, then in which case maybe you should go to Waffle House, you know?
I'm a 46-year-old dad. Like, there's no chance that I'm going to Waffle House.
You're
to
not
fight.
46. Shut the fuck up.
Well,
You made
anyway,
that fucking number up. Shut up.
We're loading into a Wraith game. Let's go, Wraithy.
You didn't just
don't say
casually say that and then you're gonna not correct yourself, right? You're not 46. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, look at this Wraith build. Corrupt Intervention. I didn't see much else, but
Circle of Healing and yeah, pretty aggressive build from Burzard. Milton's got Deadly Unbreakable.
Thank you, Emily.
No.
Eruption. What?
They're memeing, right? This is like a meme about how people call me like 50, right?
Bro, look at the chat. They're trying to tell you.
Yeah, but it's a meme, right? Like these are people that like are in your community and it's just a meme, right?
No.
I can't tell if you're trolling or not. Either way, pretty good opening so far from Survivors. TJ doing a really good job of not going down. I still look. I'm gonna come back to this because I'm curious. If you're like, look, man, if you really are 46, you are doing fucking great for your age. Like, goddamn, brother.
Yeah.
But like, I'm assuming you're not. I'm assuming this is just a troll. There's no way you're 46. But like, if you are, like,
we'll come back to it. We'll circle back around. Anyway, if you guys haven't noticed, we got a pretty good gen centered build here. But we got a very aggressive Wraith here. We did have a hit, but now the Survivor has healed up again.
Yeah, nothing really coming so far, honestly. It keeps dropping chase as well. Can't really get anything going.
I mean, burning through materials, very helpful. Still nonetheless.
Yeah, I know you're trying to be glass half full here, but I
am.
Burning through materials is exactly what the survivors want to do in exchange for nobody dying so that they can get gen progress, you know? So I feel like definitely not a great start so far.
Is he gonna break that door? Not gonna break the door though. Interesting.
I do like the build. I think like if you can get a lot of downs, like hits and downs, this is a build that can snowball really hard, right? Like Pop will just proc every single down no matter what. Noed's there for the late game pop off. Sin tried to get in front of body block but couldn't quite do it. Is gonna follow through with the vault. TJ gonna head back to this back. Yeah,
no bam. That he is not gonna cloak. Oh, he does.
Don't kick it. Don't kick it. Don't kick it. Don't kick it. Okay. Oh.
Oh, what's his inside?
I think that was live too, so TJ got away.
Oh no, this is not going well.
A little sloppy movement there from Sin, I think. I think you need to be able to like double back like the second you realize that vault's there and maybe catch up. I mean, that was still a good play from TJ to use the vault to get the live to get away there. But I think TJ being able to go to that pallet and being able to use that pallet and get away without getting hit is massive. Like that really shouldn't be happening.
Well, that was actually a good play there.
Yeah,
dropping
Bates,
down rather than committing to the vault. But
Bates
still, is that a balance?
That seemed like probably balance from Laser Raptor, yeah. Because it can't be live, right? And he definitely has something. Either that or it was Sprint Burst. Maybe Sprint Burst was when he hit the ground. No, it was balanced.
He doesn't break this. He's coming back. There you go.
He's gonna break. He's gonna zone a little bit before breaking that. So that's really good. I'm gonna try to cut off. Swift Hunt here might get this hit.
I think he gets it.
Yeah, it does get that hit on the Laser Raptor on this pallet. But again, 2 gens done already. Like needs. Definitely something to start happening. Like this down needs to happen like now, like yesterday.
These erupted gens that he's applied eruption to is going to give no value unless we get this pressure down. And you would assume that the Jake will either make the vault or will fake it.
We faked it.
Doesn't
double back on that one though. It didn't need to.
Man gives up chase.
Finds 2 survivors here. Is gonna kick this gen, but that gives them even more distance, and no one's going down. This is just so much pressure, dude. This is so much gen pressure. Like that gen that's on like the top right side is gonna have a ton of, like this one right here, has so much progress. It's at like 90%. Again, another fresh.
And we're a healthy survivor.
Yeah, again another full house survivor being chased as well. So like, still not close to getting it down unless I could find the heals happening. But these guys are actually just gonna stay injured and do gallows, which is a little risky. They're gonna heal themselves on gallows.
Are they gonna heal?
They do have live and balanced landing, so both of them have something that can help them. Like the Nia can take the window and the Jake can just fall off, so they both can get away from that safely, decently safely anyway.
She's not gonna commit. Jim wasn't close enough. Very smart.
That
was a good hit. Very generous though.
Yeah, old Burzard on his ping, man. He's gonna get hit again. Oh, Sin kind of did not. Sin didn't really realize. Yeah, the trail. Kind of losing track, not able to follow the trail exactly perfectly, but does have Burzard back here. This zone's not good. This pallet's been used.
All gone.
Burzard, yeah. I think there might be a pallet here, but I don't think he makes it. So he should go down here. Yeah, down he goes.
Saying that, like the eruption on Jen on Gallows and Pop Goes the Weasel, and straight up after this is gonna cause some bit of a. Oh wait, no, it's not enough.
Gonna get it. They're gonna go ahead and finish it. And that leaves one Gen left, and I think that other Gen that got hit by eruption at least had a decent bit of progress. Yeah, this one over here on the right side. This is definitely not looking good. This is the first stage, first hook stage, right? First hook stage. And 4 gens are done, 5th one is being progressed. Like, yeah, look, this is a lot. Gonna kick it immediately with Pop to regress it. Is
the trump card of nowhere is gonna come in clutch.
Is main still up? No. So it's basically like bottom left, bottom right, and then right side of the gens. So like a good
split.
Yeah, a good enough gen split for the survivors for sure.
Can't squeeze behind the hook, bud.
Gonna keep going after Burzard here. At this point, to be honest, like, I guess this is fine because he's injured and he's here, so be it. Because I think maybe chasing a full health survivor wouldn't be too wise, but I do think going for a fresh hook is not a horrible idea.
Oh, could have got the down there.
Yeah, a bit of hesitation.
Yeah, I think the uncertainty around their gameplay is not doing them favors. I think they've got really good positioning, but the commitment to actually getting their down.
The S into adrenaline.
Oh,
the S into adrenaline from Burzard. They actually, I think they waited to pop that gen so that DS would stay up. Actually, maybe DS would still activate until endgame. I don't know. Is it the gens popping or endgame? I don't even know. But either way, the DS into adrenaline comes in.
Yeah.
And regardless. Yeah, I mean, the firecracker blind too. But
I'm sorry, like the survivors are just playing this so well.
They really are. Sin honestly shouldn't have even taken this chase on the Burzard. Sin should have. Sin should have. Like I think after the DS happened, should have immediately bailed and tried to find somebody else and try to get a fresh hook. But Burzard actually gets completely away from that somehow. Completely loses and maybe can go for Hatch. Is gonna go for Hatch. Yeah,
I think they will play for Hatch. Yeah.
Milton got caught out though. He's got Deli.
Now they have to wait.
Yeah, but
I think the door's right there too.
Yeah, but he can basically insta Deli and then run out of the gate, and then Burzard can still get Hatch. Burzard's kind of waiting by Shack for Hatch. So it's still gonna end up being 2 stages, but it's gonna be 2 instead of 1. It's a little bit early, but it really doesn't matter anyway. It has built-in endurance, so they're gonna get out. Burzard's in position for Hatch. And yeah, that's a pretty brutal result. That is a very tough game from Sin here. Overcome played that very, very well. Sin just couldn't quite get anything going. And again, even there at the end, like I think, like again, if she would have just maybe prioritized like leaving Burzard and then finding a fresh hook. Unfortunate that she kind of did find one at the end that was, and it ended up being Milton. But if she would have found like Laser Raptor or TJ, she could have at least ended it with like 4 stages, 2 fresh, which again still isn't good, but it's like at least something. Whereas like this, like this is just 2 stages, just two fresh, and that's basically it. This is again, I don't want to say unwinnable, but borderline unwinnable. Like they're gonna have like the perfect match as Survivor, and also hope that the killer misplays a lot because that's a very, very tough result.
Huge rap to the Survivors. Like they just their management was just insane. Like obviously some second guessing and some interesting decision making by a killer, but the Survivors handled that well. I think rather than the killer dictating how the match went, the Survivors kind of just held on and held control way too much. They kind of felt like they were dictating how things were going, and poor Wraithy boy fell into a bit of a trap.
Yeah, and it also just felt like the micro felt very, very in the favor of the Survivors too. Like, for instance, like I talked about it when it happened, but like little things like that Nia running out back of main and using that like really bad pallet back there, and being able to like use that pallet and transition away from that and back to main without getting hit is like, like that's really rough, right? Like that's the kind of pallet where like when you run there as a Survivor, you're basically like, you're almost guaranteeing that you're gonna get hit, right? Like there's like, it's like a 90-10 in the favor of killer on that pallet that you're gonna get hit. Live was there, and Live definitely played a big role in what happened, but like That's definitely like just overall. I feel like those kind of plays kept happening where even in situations where the killer had a decent advantage, I feel like the survivors still managed to come out ahead, and the micro was just way too in the favor of the survivors. And yeah, I just couldn't quite get it done. So yeah, I mean, a little unfortunate for Sin, but it is what it is.
Well
Overcome
played
played that very, very
survivors.
well. Yeah, I mean, like to their credit, they definitely like made it hard, right? Like they definitely played well enough that like if like Sin had to play it well herself in order to get the hits. So like again, like had they played badly, Sin probably could have just got hits anyway, and it wouldn't really mattered. But like that's the whole thing, right? Like the better the play is on one side, the more the other side will like look like worse, right? Like even if they're like playing at like an average level or whatever, right? So like yeah, it's one of those things where I think the survivors were just playing really, really well, making it hard for Sin. Sin just wasn't quite able to keep up with the plays that they were making, and the survivors just were kind of winning micro 50-50s left and right. And yeah, they ended up getting a crazy good result. So
yeah, we live, we learn, love, off, anime. But yeah, well played by survivors, and this is just a learning experience, I guess. That game was just a learning experience.
Yeah,
I think becoming fixated on kicking gens and like you might be able to and like I'm not saying this is catering to the situation that just happened, but I feel a lot of players have gotten more focused around kicking gens in the past rather than focusing on getting pressure by getting downs. And I feel like the gen kick meta was a part to playing that. And I think a lot of people become fixated on that. There was some times where rather than kicking the gen, you would assume that it would have been better to apply pressure by committing to a down. So a lot of those positions. And I feel like gen kicking became a bit of a priority.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of situations where, like to be honest, as Wraith, I feel like it's one of those situations where you can almost. Like I do agree that like gen kicking is like one of those tough things that have like poisoned the minds of a lot of killers, especially from like the Call of Brian, you know, like eruption meta. Like Wraith is one of the killers that I think you can get away with it more on, right? Because you can like cloak up, kick it with like Swift Hunt, or sorry, kick it with Shadow Dance, and then get right back on him like immediately, right? Because of how mobile you are. So I do agree, but I do think that you're right in the sense that it felt like this chase, it was more about the like dropping chase, yeah, because it does feel like they like would have a chase with like an injured survivor, bail from it to chase people off of a gen, kick it, and then they would find themselves chasing a full health survivor, right?
Reset.
Which is like significantly harder, yeah. So yeah, I definitely do agree with that. That definitely did play a big role as well. It was kind of a mix of both of those, right? Because the down never happened, like just the micro being unfortunate, and then also the target switching, yeah. So it was just unlucky, couldn't quite get it going, and yeah, Overcome just definitely playing a little bit better. And now the win condition here is going to be pretty light for Milton. He's just going to need three stages, and that's it. It doesn't really matter how they happen, just 3 stages.
I have faith they'll do it. I got this in the bag.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they do, then we're going to be going. We're going to be going on to set 3. So we will see. Also, chat's still telling me that you're 46. I literally went to your Twitch to try to see if I could find it like you're about me, and it's not there because I still feel like you're lying to me. You're not 46.
Have I ever once lied to you in this whole entire relationship?
I mean, other than when you're trolling, like you definitely don't like Skull Merchant, and you're definitely trolling. But that's not really lying. You're just trolling.
Oh yeah, no, I'm trolling about Skull Merchant to a degree. I still think that she's, you know, the best killer in the game, but I'm definitely 46. And the fact that you don't believe me kind of hurts.
Really? I think you should be complimented. I think you, like, dude, if you're a 46-year-old man, bro, you are filled with youth. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know. My skincare routine has been elite since I was the age of, what, 7? I started to, so, okay, little tip. I actually found that...
He's lying. He's lying.
I don't want
to. He's lying. He's so fucking lying.
I'm not
dude.
lying.
He's so lying. I know you're lying. I don't care. If you're 46, dude, you have like you found like the fountain of youth or something, and you should be proud because you're the best looking 46-year-old I've ever seen. But you're not 46, and if you are, okay, I know you're probably trolling me. If you are 46, then bro, congratulations, because you are a damn good looking 46-year-old. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm pretty sure you're bullshitting me. Is all I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure.
I would never lie to you.
I'm gonna need to see your birth certificate, man. I don't know. I think that's the only way I can really be sure.
I don't know, man. It's like, do you want my skincare routine, or like I don't understand?
Oh hell no, I'm lazy as fuck, dude. You think I'm gonna take care of myself? Me taking care of myself? Skincare? Whatever, please, dude. Hell no. Hell no.
Wait, you're saying that people in the DBD community don't look after themselves?
No, I'm saying I'm a depressed mess of a human being who had basically no parents growing up that taught him how to live life and do things.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm just me personally. I just no, I don't know. Hell no. You're coming to the wrong person.
Either. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I'm the wrong person to talk about taking care of yourself. Anyway, here we go. Milton rocking similar build, but not entirely similar. Same add-ons. Yeah, same add-ons. Also has no ed, but yeah, instead of pop eruption has sloppy pain res.
That's a long stun. Yep.
Yeah, good
correct.
stun. This is still a fast find though. They're definitely not like in a position to even be doing gens yet. So still a pretty quick find. This is the Kate that gets found. She has Shack Pally here to use too. I'm gonna opt not to use it.
Well. She makes this though. I think she makes this.
Oh yeah, should still make this. Oh, greens that one too. And she actually has a pallet here too, so that actually.
Oh,
well played by
Kate.
Gens are just now starting to be progressed though.
Oh, the vault though.
Yeah. So like again, this is like, I think the Kate's doing a really good job here, but again, the fact that this chase just started so quickly, like they weren't even in position to do gens yet. They're just now getting on them. Milton's actually going to interrupt this gen instead.
She makes the vault too.
That was live.
Oh, got stuck on some barrels. I think she might make that. Oh,
no, she gets
here.
Yeah, sure.
She gets there. She gets there. Using the pallet though, kind of put yourself in a bad position here now.
So FYI, I think the reason why Milton did this, like I know we just talked about like swapping chases and stuff, but just FYI, this was a more tactical thing because typically what you'll see a lot of teams do is they'll have their survivors with like an aggressive build play really aggressively. So like for instance, if we go to Kate, I would be willing to bet that she probably has like DS Dead Hard or something, right? So like sometimes if someone is very clearly playing way open and aggressive early, sometimes you like maybe want to tag them, chase them around a bit, and then bail and find someone else with a less aggressive build. So like yeah, look, this build is not aggressive at all. Whereas if we go to Kate, I accidentally hit my DPI switcher. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if we look at Kate's build, super aggressive, right? Dead Hard, DS, Kinship, like almost all the perks that are there are like anti-tunnel. Like this is a person that wants to get chased and tunneled. So yeah, that's a really smart heads up play for Milton there actually. Oh God, I missed it.
Oh, wait, what happened here?
I don't know. I was fixing my DPI on my mouse and I don't know. Oh no. How did this happen? Yeah, I don't know how this happened, but this is basically game ending. This is unbreakable, so they can maybe pick themselves up and get the unhook for Deli, but this is still a ton of pressure, right? And the Wraith is actually just going to keep wandering around the map and chasing others too. Finds Kate over here. Yeah, the Unbreakable is going to come in, so it's actually pretty lucky that he's slugged there. Because I feel like, honestly, like with someone going down so close to the hook, the ideal play there is just to kind of camp that out. Because that's like half the team out of commission, right? Like you could have just stood over the body of the down survivor basically and camped that and hook at the same time. But instead he bails. He says, "Fuck it, I'll win by chasing."
Oh no! The idea was there. It actually might have almost paid off if it wasn't for the auto lock onto the railing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, kind of got caught on that. But this is gonna be hook number 2 onto Kate. And again, at this point,
no gens.
Yeah, and at this point, like the next hook stage wins. So this is one gen does pop, but yeah, I mean, again, this win condition I think was just a little too soft for Milton. I mean, it's just, and again, he has no ed as well for late game. Like it's just looking at
the perfect game, and a lot of materials have been used. 1 gen's popped. It's still got a 3 gen on Gallo's side. Like,
yep.
The pressure is just, I think it's going to be a little too much to overcome.
I think that was live again, but like half of it got taken away by the drop down stun. Okay, does take this hit. Is gonna maybe commit to this. Might go back to the unhook though. I don't know. We'll see.
No, gonna play. Nope. Oh no, Gallows.
Yeah, gonna head back towards Shack. Try body block. Oh, body blocks the window.
Gets it. That was so close.
On the survivor side, that's something you really got to be aware of. Like if you notice, like I know that it happened a lot on Friday, but like a lot of the teams would like route towards the window in a way where like for instance, like she was like trying to fast vault the window. Like she like took the angle where like you're trying to fast vault. If the Wraith is cloaked, like you don't really have to. Like who cares about fast vaulting, right? You just got to make sure you take an angle where like they can't get around you to body block it. So a little bit of a fuck up there from Serena. And again, that's game ending right there. That's hook through.
The proc would have been there, would have been close.
Same thing here.
Trying to force a fast vault isn't really necessary. This sort of position.
Yeah, you don't really need to take any funky angles. You just need to claim the window, basically. Like get in front of the window, put your body on it, claim it, and just make sure that the Wraith can't interrupt it. Yeah, because that's a very like extremely common Wraith play is to like use the cloak speed to get in front of people and body block things. So renewal on the Zarina.
Well played by the Wraith though. Like, this is very aggressive, and I think being so aggressive in these chases has forced a lot of this pressure, and that's the thing. Like, well played. Like to play that tile like that is just beautiful.
That's also brutal because Zarina had renewal, so like all she had to do was stay alive and she would have got healed. But she like started healing Kate off hook, which got rid of her built-in endurance, and then she goes down before renewal procs. So now she's death hook. Renewal won't proc. She's gonna die, and Kate also went down bottom side too. So yeah, this is looking really rough. They're on 2 different gens, but they're staying injured on those gens too, which is not going to be very good against Wraith. And
leaves a slug too. Gonna go pressure.
Yeah.
200 survivors as Wraith. Logical.
Yep.
Oh.
Couldn't quite get that hit. A little short, but then does follow up and get it afterwards anyway. And yeah, they're gonna go for the pickup, but at this point, it's pretty much all the Wraith at this point, right? Like he's in a pretty dominant position. Might get a pain res here even. Yeah, why not? Yeah, this is looking like it's gonna be a 4K for sure. Like I'm not even sure. They might be able to get one more gen done, maybe. That's gonna be deadly on Dino, which is gonna help a little. Rebecca's back up on main. If they can play these chases really well, they can maybe get 1 or 2 gens done, but I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna get all 5.
Yeah, I'd be impressed if they got down to the 1 gen left, but regardless, like the start of this game was actually very impressive, and this Wraith kind of just dragged it back into what they needed to do to get the win, and it's actually pretty impressive considering the chase they had at the start.
Yeah, that Kate did a really good job in that first initial chase. But even then, like, I still feel like even that was so, like, it still happened so fast, right? Like, she had a really aggressive build, like, based around being tunneled and stuff. But like again, like, I was circling the cameras at the beginning, and even after like the chase was going on for a good like 20 seconds, they had just hopped on gens, right? Like, it took like that long before even any gen progress came in because of how quick the actual chase started. So yeah, I mean, like, the first chase was going well for Kate, but yeah, I mean, again, it's just not enough, like, macro-wise. So now both Kate and Dino, when she gets on Hunter, is going to be Death Hook. The Wraith has a general idea of where both of them are. Sees them both now. Body blocks Rebecca from going forward. Yeah, he could even slug here and go after Kate if he wants, which I think he will. And yeah, this will be pretty much game over, I believe.
Oh, got him. Yeah, this is it. Well done, guys.
I mean, Kate has DS, I believe, but I don't know if like they'll be able to DS and then try to pick up Robin on the ground, who's not even recovering. So yeah, actually, I don't even think bothered to DS. I think she just kind of let it go. So yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be 4K 2 gens. Yeah, Milton having a really strong game here, and Overcome just looking really dominant in this series. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of felt like Overcome was just kind of one step ahead of well, maybe multiple steps ahead on both these sets, and just kind of showed that they played this really well. Absolute Chaos couldn't quite make it happen. I'm sure the ping probably didn't help them a whole lot either, but like couldn't quite make it happen, and Overcome's gonna pretty much dominate the set. That's gonna be a pretty quick 2-0.
Yep. Can I ask a real quick question? How does the bracketing of these games match up? Like, how do you find who plays against who?
Typically it's kind of played out by feel, but also like we also have like this like bot on the server where basically you record your matches. You basically record your matches that you play like both on stream and off stream. Like if people from our server like play games against each other, they should ideally like punch it in or whatever, and you basically it's kind of like a ladder. Like it records elo, right, of like when you win or whatever, you gain elo, you lose elo when you lose or whatever. So we kind of use that, but I think it's also mostly just done like by feel, right? Like we kind of like when we see teams play, we get a general idea for like their like skill and their level, and then we just kind of like do our best to put them against someone of like of like similar skill or similar level. Sometimes when teams are like newer, right, it's like hard because we don't really know exactly where they are yet or whatever, so like it can sometimes be a little bit finicky here and there. And I think the same thing with like NA versus EU too, since it's like kind of a separate thing. It's sometimes hard to like tell the exact level since it's hard to like compare. But because
I remember you used to do it off hours from memory.
No, we don't. Like, again, hours is something we use if you're like a brand new team, right? Like if you're brand spanking new and we know nothing else about you, then we do that. We do hours and a mix of like prior comp experience, right? Like there's a lot of teams that'll sign up that maybe have like not a crazy amount of hours, like 3K hours average, which is not like super high. But if they're like people that play comp all the time, then we're like, okay, they're gonna know what they're doing. So like we can put them up against, you know, like a little bit better teams. So yeah, it's mostly, I would say it's mostly done by feel. I think. Normally it's Dynamelon that handles it. I think Kurt probably did this one because I think Dynamelon's been out of commission for a while. His PC like fucking exploded or something, so I think he's been out of commission for a bit. Yeah, I think I was talking about it. I think he might be coming back soon, hopefully. But yeah, I think Kurt was handling this one. That one was definitely a little bit of a tough matchmaking for sure. Like, if we're just gonna be blunt about it, like that was tough. Like, I think Overcome just kind of had their number there. Seemed like a lot just tighter, something more solid overall.
Yeah, their management on all regards was just very impressive.
Yeah,
so.
but hey, it happens. And going into last game, we're gonna have Effigy versus Rats of RPG. Or sorry, RPD, not RPG. They're not rats of a fucking goddamn rocket launcher. It's RPD. So this should also be pretty nice. We got a Wraith game and then an Artist game. Hey, speaking of Artist, that was a lot of games on the crash. That was interesting. I wonder if it was Artist.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
actually
we'll see.
Baffled that it just stopped after those two back to back. Maybe there's a problem with the Artist in maybe just
it also could have been, I don't know if they like kept that lobby or not. I guess it's possible that it could have been like a bad lobby and maybe they kept the lobby because it was 2 in a row, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's entirely possible that it could have just been the lobby, but I don't know for sure.
It happens.
Yeah, so this should be okay. So this should be an interesting set. Rats of RPD have gone through a lot of roster changes over the past like few months or so. They're not really the same team that we knew them as like months back, but we did see them play with like their most recent roster, I think last week, and they looked pretty good. I can't remember who we had them up against. Did they? I think they might have lost the overall best of 3, but they were looking pretty solid. Effigy is one of our more newer teams. So they're like they are definitely solid and they know what they're doing, and like but they're like kind of still in that learning phase where they can sometimes be a bit sloppy here and there, right? Like sometimes they'll play real tight and real good, sloppy. But sometimes they play a bit sloppy, right? So it's a bit hit or miss. So we'll see how this goes. What?
Do they like the map RPD? Like, is that what we're standing for here with the Rats of RPD? Like, the RPD stands?
Whether they actually mean it or not, I don't know. But yes, because I think
I hope not.
Ryomu, who is the captain of Rats of RPD, is always telling me to put killers on RPD. They're always telling me like, hey, Wraith RPD when? Xeno RPD when? So sure, yeah, I think so. They're all joining in as Megs, dude. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this? Also, they're fucking trolls. I forgot to say that. So back when we used to only require the survivors, we used to only require 1 offering from the survivors. It was just Hatchet Shack, and they would burn Hatchet Shack and then 3 RPD badges, even though like the map's pre-selected. So obviously the badges don't do anything, right? But they just did it to troll because they're Rats of RPD, and now they're doing this shit. So they're fucking trolls, dude. They're goddamn fucking trolls. They're joining in as default Megs.
I don't understand the problem.
You don't understand the problem of them all being Megs?
I don't get it. It's a problem.
Beware the Megs.
They're playing a character from the hit video game known as Dead by Daylight. I don't understand.
Oh wow! The last second swaps.
Wow.
This is much better. This is much better. Much better.
Also, question: while I'm here, I'm gonna quickly grab a bite to eat because I haven't eaten yet. I just got up and got straight on the
shit! You know what? I gotta play some ads real quick. You're right. I should have did that already. Fuck. I'm gonna go and do that now.
Quick shout out.
Can I do a quick shout out? Go ahead, quick, hurry! I'm about to play ads. Go fast.
A shout out to my Discord kitten, Emily. Love you. I'm gonna get a bite to eat. Yeah.
I hated that.
I'm a little Discord kitten. Meow 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 meow.
Go get your fucking food. Get out of here. Go.
I'm a little kitty. All right, be right back.
I fucking hated that. Why did I let him do that? All right, I gotta play ads, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta get them out of the way. If I don't play them now, they're gonna play mid game. Why? Lungs, hold it together, lungs. Come on. All right, sorry. Hey, while Kyle's gone and I have a minute, I've been kind of ignoring subs this whole stream because I don't know. I don't like to thank subs while I have a co-caster. It just feels kind of weird to be in a call with someone and be like constantly thanking subs and stuff. But just real quick, I'm gonna go through everything that's happened in the past like hour. Yo, Kitty, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. Milton, thanks for the raid, dude. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. And yo, GGs, you guys played great. Thong, thanks for the 46 months. Welcome back, Gamer. Lime, Grenadine, thanks for the raid. Coach, thanks for the 15 months. I said cough, cough, cough. Here's another here's another month. Here's another month of cough, cough, cough. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go see the doctor soon, so hopefully I'll get myself fixed up. Shiro, thanks for hooking up. Desage with the sub. Vest, thanks for the 2 months. Mando, thanks for the 11. Demonic Ghost, 14 months. Sir Shiver, 16 months. Laura Laley, 16 months. Olivia hit me with the 11. DJ hit me with the motherfucking 9 months, and I think that's everything I missed. Thank you guys. Appreciate all the support. Can we ban Kyle for that shout out? I mean, bro, he's just been, you know, it's probably a mistake to get him on from the get go. You know, ever since I brought him on, it's just been Skull Merchant and Discord Kitten. You know, it's been a time. You know what I mean? It's been a time, but that's just how he is. You know, he's a 46-year-old man that loves Discord Kittens and anime and, you know, Skull Merchant. You know, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know, like really, what is there to do? Where did you find the hidden rat boss in BG3? Wait, what are you talking about? The hidden rat boss? Or wait, so you said did I find the hidden rat boss? I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't think. I have no idea though. I don't know. You can periodically mute. Yeah, I mean, I know I can mute myself and thank you guys, but then like, I'm just kind of like talking over him talking, which is not. It feels like rude. You know what I mean? Because we're basically always talking, me and him, right? I mean, so like, what am I just gonna like in the middle of him talking? Am I just gonna mute and be like, "Thank you guys for the subs," and just ignore it? Like, I don't know. It feels not right.
What?
I saw that, Dino. I did see that. Yo, Shy, thanks for the raid. What up? Thank you. Thank you. Welcome over, guys. Hello, Shy. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Unfortunately, we have Kyle here co-casting today, so
What do you mean, unfortunately? What do you mean, unfortunately?
Very unfortunately, Kyle's here co-casting, so welcome in, guys.
I'm gonna do nothing but meow for the whole next chapter or the whole next game.
Oh my god! Don't do it.
No.
Don't. I'm gonna deafen.
I'm a little kitty cat.
I'll deafen.
I'm a little kitty, huh?
I'm gonna deafen. I'm telling you, man. I have a hotkey for it.
Can we get some meows in chat real quick? Can we get some meows?
All right. Well, that's about enough out of that. That's about enough of that. Anyway, so we're setting up for the first game. Oh, I don't have to hold the lobby hostage anymore. Ads are done. Sick. Anyway, ads are done. This is gonna be Wraith game. Hi, if you guys are just joining in, I don't know. I should probably like tell you guys what's going on, right? This is SCRIMS. We do this every weekend, every Friday and Sunday. We do these things called SCRIMS. It's like competitive matches that you can sign up. Basically, it's people in the community that sign up with teams, and we basically do these little competitive exhibition matches where I cast them, and I sometimes bring in co-casters like Kyle, which is probably a mistake, but I do it anyway. And we just have these fun little comp matches where people play against each other, and we try to give like pretty constructive feedback in terms of like improvement and stuff. And it's just a good time. We just have a good time playing against each other, trying to improve, and just kind of enjoying the games. We have a schedule. We're currently on our last best of 3, and the sets are going to be Wraith, Artist, and then maybe Xenomorph if we need the tiebreaker. But basically, again, just quick summary. Maybe you guys already know what the fuck's going on, but in case you don't, like one side plays the killer versus the other side survivors, and they flip flop, and then the other side does the same thing, and then whichever team gets the better result wins the killer set, and then whoever wins two killer sets first wins the overall best of 3. So yeah, that's currently what we're doing. Hopefully this ends up being a pretty good set. The Wraith, I think Wraith games usually end up being pretty exciting, so this should be good. I'm gonna undeafen and see if he's calmed down. Hey, how's it going? Are you chill? Have you chilled out?
Oh, I can't believe you silenced me.
Actually, you actually can't believe it?
I can't believe you silenced me.
Oh.
Yeah, you halted my voice.
Yeah, I did.
You silenced my voice. I've never been silenced before. Wow, I think I'm into it. Joke's on you.
Oh, whoa. New king discovered, baby. Let's go.
Do it again.
Not unless I have to. Okay, never mind. Hotkey was working. Now. Nice.
Oh god. Anyway, it was saying something about feeling rude about saying something over the top of me. What? Say what?
Oh yeah. I haven't been thanking subs and stuff because I don't know.
Thank them. I don't care, dude. I'm chilling. Go nuts. I'm just listening. Go off. Pop off, sis.
All right, if you say so. I mean, I thanked them all while you were gone, but yeah, I mean, I just don't usually do it when I have a co-caster because it feels weird.
Just do it. I'm fine.
All right, here we go. Wraith, new set, dude. New set, more Wraith.
Let's go.
So this is exciting. Here we go. Let me just quickly go through the builds. I'll come back to the killer in a minute, but a little bit of a mixed bag here, but it does have off the record on Dia. Jetski Jimmy's got the Deadly Unbreakable. Pretty aggressive build here on the Schmokey. And Webby's got a little bit of a mixed bag too, but does have kinship for a little bit of anti-tunnel at least. Skin, does manage to find Smokey, who has the most aggressive build. So I actually wasn't even playing that aggressively either. So this actually might lull Skin into a false sense of security here into thinking that this is a good target, when in reality this is probably who they want to be targeted. Firecracker attempt gets nothing. Skin does get an M1 hit there. He's got Sloppy, Pop, and Pain Res.
A bit stucky-wucky on the old water tower there. Oh, see, like that's what we were talking about before. Like the Wraith could have buddy blocked that in the match prior, but the Kate kind of perfected like the angle and started pressing space early enough to not get body blocked by the window.
Yeah, I think she just pressed space hella early too. This is also interesting as well. He's not running Shadow Dance. He has Windstorm, Swift Hunt. That's not Shadow Dance. We almost always see Shadow Dance, Swift Hunt, but he's got Swift Hunt, Windstorm. So Windstorm. So again, so just to clarify, like I'm sure most people already know, but just in case, usually the add-ons that we see is doing things faster while cloaked, right? Like vaulting windows and kicking pallets faster while cloaked, mixed with uncloaking faster. Like you see how slow that was? That's a slow ass vault for a Wraith, my lord. But yeah, instead now we're seeing Windstorm, which is like moving slightly faster in cloak, which I don't like. I think like I don't think like he already goes pretty fast in cloak. I don't think that's like a benefit you really need on this small map. Like again, if you're getting out in front of survivors that like block pallets and windows, obviously it helps a little bit with that. But like, I think Shadow Dance typically gives way more value here. So I don't know how I feel about the add-on choice.
And the WinCon is 3 stages, right?
No. That game's over. This is a whole new set.
Oh, that
this
was
is a whole
over.
new. Yeah. No, this is a whole new fresh set. This is setting the win condition right now. They're doing a really good job though.
Baby.
Smokey is doing a really good job in these. Yeah, these pallets are dog shit, by the way. Like, they're really bad. And Smokey's done a really good job of using them. He's now just heading edge map to die. He's just going to accept his death. But this is a good start. They got a gen done. They're going to get Gallows done, too.
That's done, too. Nice.
Yeah, getting Gallows done here is massive. And they're starting... Oh, this is a dead center. This is also a really important gen. This is dead center of the map. So that's probably... That gen's probably going to get contested a lot. Because he's got Pain Res Pop. So that gen's probably going to get... Is he going to... He's not going to make... Wait, did he just greed the...
Oh.
Did he greed that hook really heavily? Did he not?
Pain Res. Maybe it was a Pain Res greed. Oh, he could have got the hit there too.
I don't know what just happened on his end. Yeah, there had to have been a hook closer, right? There's no way that was the closest hook.
It had to be a Pain Res.
Yeah, very odd, and also very good heads-up play from Rats to get out in front of that to body block too. To be honest with you, I think even without body blocks, I think he still would have wiggled. It was like actually not looking very good, but the body blocks even secured it even more to make sure that that hook wasn't happening. So yeah, now it's actually 2 gens done without a hook. So
the RNG of the Pain Res might not have been on their side for that one.
Just go for Kate here. Why? Kate was running into a zone that had nothing.
Yeah.
And she's injured.
Oh, and then
Skin.
you leave.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. I mean, had Kate injured and she was in a zone where all there was like one really bad pallet and that was it. Like basically had a free down there and kind of just lets Kate make it to main. Audite takes a hit.
Not gonna go for a game.
Kate should have just went. She should probably went back to that pallet.
Oh no!
No, Skin.
Oh, she gets this.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, he's giving inside map too.
He's
Nice.
just trying to not kick it. He just wants to get the down, which is good. But again, 3 gens. Did they finish that mid? They got that mid gen too. Oh no! So pretty much all of the most important gens are done. That mid gen and then Gallows gen are definitely the most important. They're both like center map, really easy to get to, very easy to like patrol. Like again, with a build like this, those gens being done are massive. Because like if those gens stay up with Pain Res and Pop, you can like get into those like kind of scenarios, where you're just constantly getting hooks, constantly coming back and regressing them over and over again. Like we've seen that happen so often, where there's like 2 gens that are just like going up and down with progress and just stalling the game out forever because they're constantly getting hit by Pain Res and Pop. But the fact that this first hook took so long and the survivors did such a good job of stalling it out, it means that that's not going to be the case now. They have a pretty good gen split, a very good gen split actually. 2-1 like way bottom side, and then 2 kind of top side, 2 with main still being up as well.
This needs to be a quick down here. Well done.
Good mind game, yeah. Kind of faked like he was going to swing around the side and then doesn't. Yeah, gets a pretty quick down on the Webby there.
Can you hit over that little fence line on that side, or is the water
maybe
bucket like blocking it?
Maybe if you hug it, I'm not sure. You mean like the wood fence part? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure. I don't know if I've ever tried. If the survivor's hugging, if they're like really hugging the wall, then maybe. I feel like it's such a small loop that I feel like you usually just don't even bother trying. You usually just say fuck it and just get the hit the way you normally would.
Yeah, of course.
Let's find LD. Gonna get a hit here. Can also then go back and kick that jump with pop, which is probably what they'll do. The pain res and pop both getting some value here.
I mean, yeah, the fact that we've got multiple slowdowns might be able to prolong the game a little bit longer, and maybe we can have a bit of a turnaround. But the survivors are just handling this so well. That first chase just hurts so much.
Yeah, and especially
so much, and then the drop.
Yeah, like the first chase was already good enough without the drop, but yeah, like even if the first hook would have came in when it did, it was already a good start for the survivors. But then yeah, not getting the actual hook.
Well played.
So Jet Ski Jimmy here used for the people onto the survivor that got unhooked. So he's deadly, so he does not mind dying. He's got deliverance charge, he's got unbreakable. Him dying is totally fine. He basically can save himself no matter what, which means all 3 survivors can do what they're doing now. They're just sitting on gens, and they don't have to worry about him. If he gets hooked, he pulls himself out with deli. If he gets slugged, he picks himself up with unbreakable, so he's totally fine. I don't think this is pain res, because again, he could have hooked him there before and he didn't. So yeah, that's not pain res.
No, it's not. He must have said, I'm not going to risk it again.
So yeah, all he has is pop, but the problem here is that whichever gen he kicks with pop, the other 2 are being progressed. So like, yeah, if he kicks this gen, Claudette, very good play there. But yeah, I mean, even if he kicks this, I think did she leave? I think she left. I think he's playing nothing right now.
Up.
Yeah, but yeah, like this gen's done basically. This gen's gonna be done basically. So yeah, I mean, just tough spot at this point. The fact that he chased Deli there was really, really good for the survivors. They set themselves up to be in a good spot there with Jet Ski Jimmy using for the people. Last gen's gonna pop. There's no Noah in play or anything either.
No,
and
you got this? You're gonna pop this? Is that what
does
this
she
is?
have adrenaline?
It's got to be a 99 adrenaline.
She does have adrenaline. He's gonna kick it though, because now it's gonna go down 2.5, so she can't really. This is gonna regress a lot. This is gonna regress a lot. Yeah, that's 2.5 each time he kicks it. That's not a smart way to do this. That's not a smart way to do this at all. I'm not sure what that was. I think she wanted to like let her team have time to heal. I don't know.
The idea was that
she does have resilience, so maybe.
And dead hard.
Where'd the Wraith go? Oh, he's back.
She's gonna dead hard.
She doesn't get it. She dead hards, but this is gonna make her injured. She's gonna die.
Oh, that's so close.
This is weird. Why did they play it this way? This is weird. Like, what? Why not just do it?
I like it.
I
think it's kind of quirky.
That was weird. I don't know. That was very weird. I think they're just gonna open the gates and leave. That's gonna be what, like 5 stages if they leave. So yeah, I think they're just gonna take the gates and they're just gonna get out. Yeah, they're not gonna bother fucking around and trying to save her. And yeah, that's gonna be 5 stages. 5 stages, 3 fresh, which I would say is a very good result for the survivors here. Like, that's a very strong result. Again, Wraith on this map is very deadly, and we've seen a lot of killers like just dominate in like 4K. I mean, obviously it's not like always going to be that way, right? I think if survivors play really like real tight and solid, they'll definitely make it hard. But yeah, I think that's looking like a really strong result for Rats for the survivor side. Skin, yeah, that early game was just really tough, man. Like that first down taking so long, and then also the drop, yeah. And then they had really good gen macro too, getting done with the gallows and that middle gen too. So that even when he did start to get the ball rolling, he just had nothing really to work with in terms of gen set and in terms of like gen setups. And yeah, I mean, Rats looking good.
Game well.
Yeah, Rats looking really good after that. We'll see. We'll have to see what they can do on the killer side and Effigy can do on the survivor side, but they need a big result now.
It wasn't like the Wraith played terribly. Like it wasn't terrible. The survivors just played very well. I think that's more so what it was. I think like decision making was kind of there. But I think the drop just ruined momentum, and I think like momentum is such a huge part to playing this game. As soon as that happens, like that pain res, if you had got that pain res, the Wraith, that could have been a huge game changer. But after that, like the first chase was just too much, and then for that to happen, just kind of capitalize on everything not going their way. So I mean, DBD is a very snowbally game. Like you're 100% right, exactly.
right? Like if you start to like build pressure, you can use that pressure to then get more pressure and kind of like snowball from there. So yeah, I mean, it definitely is it is a snowbally game like that. And I feel like he didn't get the snowball rolling at all until there was like only 2 gens left. And then at that point, like the 2 gens that were left were also all split, and it was too little, too late. I mean, I definitely do think there's things he could have done better. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the survivors played well. There's definitely a lot of things he could have done better in the other game. Obviously, like I know we've talked about it a million times, but like not taking that hook on the down he got was a big one. But even before that, like I think the first down taking that long to come in, definitely like there was definitely some slip ups there too. Because again, even like even when they picked up that survivor, like we even pointed that out, like she ran towards that bad pallet and then he chased a full health survivor the other way. Like even that was like kind of a fuck up, right? There was definitely like a good bit of mistakes on his side.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to take anything away from the survivors either because they played that fucking excellently. Like they did such a good job.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very
like
on point.
that definitely wasn't doing him any favors either. But yeah, I mean, regardless, big result, and that means that the effigy survivors are going to need a really big result now too. They're going to need to follow this up and do really good themselves.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think it's set like a standard to a degree that we're going to be seeing some very good gameplay. I don't know much about this team in general, so I'm intrigued to see how this one goes. But regardless, I'm just happy to see some Philip gameplay. As I said, M1 killers are elite, and I'm all for it. So
yeah,
and happy.
I think Wraith Dead Dog again. Wraith Dead Dog is one of those like map killer set.
I love it.
it's a map killer setup that's like really deadly, and it really tests like. I love this matchup because I think it's a really high like survivor skill matchup, if that makes sense. Like you have like these like the pallets on Dead Dog are so awkward and hard to play. They're like really like most of them are pretty unsafe, right? They're not one of those like you just throw the pallet and then suddenly you're safe because you're at a pre-thrown pallet that's really strong. Like even when they're pre-thrown, it's like if they force you to loop them and force you to time your vaults and everything, it's really scary and they're really dangerous. So like I feel like this boils down a lot to just survivors being really good at like being able to chain tiles together, being able to play pallets that aren't necessarily just like safe. Because again, a lot of survivors get spoiled by like the pallets on other maps where they're used to like having like a shack pallet and then a jungle gym pallet and then like a filler and then like a filler pallet that's like insanely safe. And they're just like they're used to that kind of like, you know, you get to the pallet and then you're safe and you don't have to worry anymore. And then when the killer breaks it, you go to the next one, right? Dead Dog's not like that. You have to constantly be on it. Like even when you make it to a pallet, you constantly still got to keep outplaying the killer all the time. And it's like very like again, I think survivor skill just shines a lot here. If you can get a survivor that like juices really hard and stays alive, it's massive. But it's very common for the killer to just get a down quickly, right? Like it's not that uncommon for that to happen at all. So
I from a survivor's like perspective, even though like it's proven that, you know, Dead Dog's favorable to a slight degree to killer. I love this map. I love playing on this map. I think my ability to try and utilize what materials I have efficiently well on this map, it just feels nice putting things together and trying to use them like to a high degree. But yeah, regardless,
it feels more interesting to me. I agree. Oh, good. Critical is denying the vault here, so good play. Bamboozle plus Shadow Dance makes that vault basically instant. Critical also using his balance landing here to get away. He didn't hear the bamboozle. He should have ran to that front window. He didn't hear the bamboozle, I guess. I thought he would hear it or maybe look for it, but he didn't see it. So
wait, that's critical. Interesting coming this side.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. A pretty weird slip up from him. He's gonna go down really quickly. That's a very fast first down. Definitely not what they need. Critical does have the build for this, so like I mean he was playing aggressive on purpose. If you saw in the early game, everybody else was hiding while he kind of walked out because he has a build that's kind of built around being chased and tunneled. So like he kind of wants to be the one on hook, but he definitely didn't want to get put on hook that quick. That's really fast. And Icy's gonna get his pop goes the weasel up and is gonna be able to get it down over here.
Yeah, this is kind of this is actually a really good start. It's just like I'm curious. Did you notice the corrupted gens at the start of this game? Did you see or pay attention?
I mean they had to be where the survivor spawned, so they had to be basically top side, like top right side.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to be doubling up on a gen in middle street. Like obviously it's nice to get that middle gen done at the end of the street, but using a toolbox and doubling up on it, rather than committing to a possible 3-gen. Like I might be wrong in saying this, but the gens might have been corrupted for all I know. That's why I was asking. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I mean, like Gallows was probably an option too, but I mean that's a little bit of a risky one to do as well. I feel like it kind of depends. I think they were just trying to get something done rather than nothing. But yeah, I mean this is definitely a really tough start. Icy like didn't even bother staying on critical either. Just gets us down on Ada and puts her basement. It's another pop goes the weasel up.
Yeah.
And again,
this is.
Yeah, and again, like the win con was, I mean, like the last one was like 5 hooks, 3 fresh, right? So the win con is 5 hooks, 4 fresh, or just 6 hooks, like all together, like 6, like 6 stages. So we're like 1/3 of the way to the win condition, and no gens done yet. So not looking great for Effigy right now. Icy gonna get that hit under Cricket. Gonna stay on this bottom left side. Again, these pallets down here, especially down here behind Gallows, is where the pallets are like especially bad. And
Yeah, very unsafe.
Ooh.
Oh, well played.
Oh,
And
but Cricket doesn't get that throw though. It gets down anyway. That's so unfortunate.
Very unlucky.
So-
and now that that gen's been tapped again, we've
This-
still got another pop on that gen in the middle.
This is actually one of my favorite palettes. I wanted to go into detail about why, but I kind of can't because he's already walking away. But there's an interesting way you can play that palette that more people need to do, but I'll touch base on that later.
Double rocks.
Yeah, like you could use the rocks out back and loop them, and not loop the actual loop itself, and then only use the palette when you have to, which is a really interesting like setup. I wish there was more palettes like that in this game, but regardless, that's something to talk about another day. Critical's gonna get found again. He already has a hook stage in him. Ooh, guess is wrong. Yeah, kind of just goes for the 50-50 palette throw, hoping he guesses right, but guesses wrong.
Oh, the only safe part that we're gonna have here is the
He
rock
does
down
it-
the back.
he-
They're not gonna make that.
I think he's got dead hard. I know he had down. I don't know if he had
He
balanced and
does
dead
have that
hard.
hard.
Doesn't. Well, yeah, it doesn't use it. Yep. Actually, no, he was exhausted, so he must have either used it or used his balance at some point. I don't know. I didn't see him use his balance in chase, unless he used it before chase. I don't know. Either way, he's going back down. That's going to be his second stage, his second hook, and that's four. We're 4 stages in now, so
It's not looking too good at 5 gens. It's not looking too up. Like you know me, I'm trying to find the glass half full kind of situation, but this is just so oppressive. Like this pressure that we have here by our Wraith is just so strong.
they're still at 5 gens too. They're just giving up way too many hits for free. Like there's just, I feel like so many of these hits are just happening like borderline for free, where you just kind of like walk. Like even this one right here, right? They kind of just like walked up and hit him. Now he's injured.
Yeah.
And again, with this killer running sloppy too, like that's where like sloppy is really valuable, right? If the survivors are making a lot of mistakes and just giving you free tags all the time, sloppy becomes insane. Whereas like again, sloppy, like we talked about this before about sloppy as a perk. I think we talked about it on Friday. Whereas like if you expect the survivors to play a lot more tight and like solid, sloppy is not necessarily gonna get as much value. Whereas if people are just kind of giving you, if people are giving you tags left and right, the perk kind of becomes insane. So again, this is the dead dog pallet situation. Like I said, you throw the pallet, and it doesn't mean you're safe. Skin tried his best to use this. Not an easy pallet to use. Icy gets the better of him. That's hook stage number. That's actually it. That's 5 hooks for fresh. That's exactly what he needed. So that's actually gonna be it. Yeah, that's it. They're gonna take it. Rats of RPD take this Wraith set already, and I think Icy's probably gonna want to go ahead and see if he can get a big result beyond that. Because why the fuck not? He finds critical, who's death hook.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the idea that we've got RPD stands doing this well, but you know, I guess it's okay.
This will be DS, and he'll have dead hard or balance to use afterwards, whichever one he wants to use. He might just use balance instead. A little bit more consistent, you know. Might as well. Well, maybe he kind of looks like he wants a dead hard instead. Maybe.
Oh, doesn't take a window.
Can drop down here with balance though. He's gonna die. Yeah, he took too long. He took too long for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's dead. He's full dead now, and still 3 gens left.
Injured Gerald too. More than likely, you would assume that this is going to be, maybe they'll get another one done, but depending on how much pressure they have. But this is looking pretty done and dusted at this point, considering that it's game over.
I feel like best result they could hope for now is like a 4K1, like, which they honestly should still go for. Like obviously we know the win condition's already been met, but hypothetically, like this is still a good scenario to practice, right? If you're in a position like this where you need to get to like a 4K1 spot, like being able to get there is huge. Like they need to have good chases. So far this Ada, well, I guess I kind of jinxed it. She was doing okay before that, but again, if you're playing this palette like how she got there first, she could have looped around this backside and then kind of like used it and then ran to it later. But either way, it's fine. That hook comes in. Are they gonna be able to get anything done? Icy's gonna interrupt this. He's gonna find the Cheryl. He's gonna the Zarina and interrupt it. The pop comes down.
Oh, that's a life play right there, straight off the bat.
This was actually pretty smart heads up play from Icy too, because I feel like it would be really tempting to get that hook and then use your pop to go to that gallows gen that you know he saw was at like maybe 50 or 60. But instead of doing that, he was like, okay, we know that they're pressuring other gens somewhere, right? Like I chased the person off gallows, which means there's another gen somewhere being progressed. So he didn't kick gallows and instead found the gen that was more progressed, which was at like 80 or 90. So yeah, that was actually like, again, it doesn't seem like much, but when you really think about it, like as a killer, you're so tempted to just go kick that gen that you just left that you know had progress. But yeah, that was definitely the smarter heads up play, because had he done that, that gen would have popped. And again, if you're playing for like maximum result here, you know, that's a really good way to get maximum result. Still doing a good job right now as well.
Yeah, their management seems to be very on point. Like they seem to know, like information wise, without having nothing to help them aura wise, like positioning and where they need to be. Like this gen, like to come all the way over here confidently enough to try and like get value from your Pogo's Weasel and not trying to force something closer to the hook is crazy. Like they're just going ham on this game, and it's impressive to see.
Ada stayed instead of leaving. She's gonna go back down. I think she's Death Hook, right? She's Gonzo. Yeah, she's gonna be out of here. That's gonna make it a 2v1. So yeah, this is looking like it might be 4K3. Like I said, I think best case scenario for here for survivors was maybe popping 2 more gens, but they needed to have really good chases, and they also needed to like really like pressure. I mean, I do think they were pressuring gens well. I think Icy's just been doing a good job of like sniffing out the gens that they're progressing, but the chases I think just need to be a little bit better. But Icy's just really been getting the better of them, and yeah, this is kind of looking like it's gonna end 4K3. Cricket's Death Hook, Skin isn't, but like. Even if Skin goes down, like, is Cricket really going to have time to get anything done? I'm not sure. Probably not.
Yeah, like, at this point, what can you do?
Yeah.
Like, what's the play?
The play is to have, like, 2 survivors stealthing on gens that are on the opposite side of the map as each other and call out where the killer is if you ever see him, and then try to work on, like basically, like, yeah, Cricket can work this gen now. But actually, I mean, can you? Because, like, Skin doesn't even know where the killer is. Like, even that's kind of risky, because, yeah, the killer's about to come back.
Here it comes. Yeah. Live straight off the bat. There it is.
But now Skin can hop on a gen, but again, it's going to take, like, 70 to 80 seconds, depending on how much progress it has.
Yeah. Medium. Being fast.
Unfortunate medium vault there. Yeah, it doesn't get the fast vault. Gonna eat a hit.
I think with current vaults, even the fast, like, that might have still been a hit there. I think it was pretty close from my perspective.
Yeah,
pretty close.
It was. Yeah, it maybe would have happened on a fast vault too, but I think they maybe could have got away with it. That gen on Gallows is the one being progressed too, so I think Icy might have heard that and kind of knows where the last person is.
That click on the motor might have given it away.
And yep, down happens fast enough, so
there it is.
Pretty dominant, man. Very, very dominant. Yeah. Again, another like killer set where one side is just very, very dominant. This was a pretty big results from Massive RBD here on both their survivors and their killer. Finds Cheryl, and that's gonna be it. I mean, she already used her deli. Unbreakable probably won't matter at this stage. Oh! I like the old denying the bamboozle. Okay, well,
that's a hit. Yeah.
maybe overkilled a little bit there. I mean, I did like the first vault or two, but I feel like at some point you gotta maybe not vault into the uncloaking wraith. You know what I mean? At some point.
I'll tell you what, some of these mind games, my 46-year-old eyes can't really keep up with some of it, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I know you're up there in age, so, you know, it's fine. We'll put you in the old man's home, and maybe they'll have some meds for you to take, and, you know, maybe then you'll be able to pay, you know, maybe then you'll finally be able to keep up, I don't know.
Are you trying to say that I'm too old to enjoy the hit video game Dead by Daylight?
Yes, because you're lying to me about being 46. You're not 46. Fuck you. You and the rest of chat are all lying to me, and I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate being lied to. Anyway, Cricket's still slugged bottom side, top side, and I don't think Icy realizes it. Might find her now, maybe. Just look to your right, to your left.
There you go.
There you go. Perfect. There you go. I mean, very dominant. We'll see if this keeps up in the game too, but we might have another series where one side just kind of crushes it, because this felt very one-sided. We're
back to artists, aren't we now?
Yeah, we actually are. We actually are back to artists.
Oh, this is going to be interesting to see, huh?
Yeah. This should be a pretty solid set, I think.
Hoping for no crashes at least.
Yeah, that's a good point. If crashes happen, we might just end up having to go to fucking Xeno or something. I don't know, cause yeah.
Yes. I want to see some cracked out Xeno gameplay.
That's a good point too. Like if this ends up being a dominant set where they just 2-0, then yeah, we're not going to see Xeno, because this is our only this was our only potential Xeno game of the whole weekend, was the tiebreaker of this set.
Yeah.
If we end up going there. So again, this first set, this Wraith set looked pretty one-sided. Like, if I just got to be honest, like, I mean, like, kudos for FG for like doing what they can, you know what I mean? But I think Rats of RBD just looked very, very good here, and seemed like they were very, very far ahead.
Controlling.
Hopefully FG doesn't let that get to them mentally, because again, that's a big mental thing, right? I think if you take a huge loss like that on the first set, sometimes that can carry over into the second set. So hopefully FG can kind of like, you know, just regroup, get themselves together. They're going to be playing Survivor first, so they definitely got to make sure that, like, as a team, they're like kind of, you know, they got it, right? They got to make sure that they like got it together. They're going to be going up against Obnoxious Brownie as artist, and Obnoxious Brownie is an artist main.
Ooh.
And we actually saw him play Nurse semi recently too, and he played a really good Nurse. So he seems just like a good killer player from what I've seen. Like he just seems like he's very solid at killer. So this should probably be a tough one for them.
Okay, but like,
but again,
good nurse is like breeding good. So after a bit of like 10 minutes of it, you get used to it and you're good at it. So
yeah, but
like,
but as far as I'm aware, Brownie's not even a nurse like main, whereas I'm pretty sure he's like a hella artist main. So I think I basically what I'm implying is I just feel like he definitely has he definitely has that thing where he's like skilled at killers, right? So
so the reason why I said that is because they told me not to be too harsh on them. So I'm going to be harsh on them. They told me earlier in stream, they're like, don't judge me too hard now. So they've set a high standard.
Oh yeah, that's also fine too. Yeah, if you want to be extra harsh, feel free. Yeah, I'm totally down with that.
Okay.
But regardless, I mean, we do got to remember that Artist is on ARP, which again is a bit of a tough map. So I feel like it's definitely not out of the realm of the possibility for the survivors to get a strong result. If they just have like a good solid macro, as long as their chases don't end in like 10 seconds or anything, and just have good solid macro, then it should be relatively reasonable. But I mean, that being said, same thing for Rats of RPD survivors. So I do think it's important that they get a big result here. I think if Brownie can get like even just like a solid middle ground to like decent result on Artist, then I think they're going to be feeling pretty good going into their survivor set, right?
These survivors have to be very aggressive and very, very tactical about how they apply pressure to these generators. Now, hopefully they can just have a good start, and then we can kind of progress it like into a close contest, because I'd like to see some Xeno gameplay. I want to see. But again, depending on RNG on this map, depending how gens can spawn, it can either be favorable for the survivors or it can be very, 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 very favorable for our killer. So I'm hoping it's a good split of RNG on this map.
Yeah, I hope so too. Don't mind me. I'm just eating some pizza.
Cold or heated up?
Cold.
Oh yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. Wait, do you get pineapples on your pizza?
Fuck no.
What the fuck? Why?
But Mariah does. She gets Hawaiian pizzas. I don't though. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, well, I all of a sudden have become a bigger fan of Mariah than you, I guess.
No, that's fair. Most people are, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Anyway. Also, guess what came to Netflix? I forgot to tell you. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Oh, what is it? Is it something that I care about a lot? It probably is, isn't it?
Cocaine Bear.
Hurricane Bear? Is that?
Cocaine Bear. Cocaine.
Oh my God, you said cocaine. I thought you said hurricane.
Cocaine.
I don't know what it is, Kyle, but like I swear I just. Yeah, have you not seen it? Have you not seen Cocaine Bear?
No, I have not seen it.
It's pretty like not. I won't give any spoilers, but I'll just say that like it was very whelming. It was exactly whelming. Like I feel like
you went in and expected something and you got it.
Yeah, you get exactly what you expect, which is like not a good movie, but not like a non. It's like entertaining, but it's not good because obviously it's just stupid Cocaine Bear. You get exactly what you expect.
Megan then?
Megan? I liked Megan. Yeah, I thought Megan was good.
I thought it was
again. I thought that one was the same way. I thought it was whelming. I got exactly what I expected with Megan. So like, yeah. I don't know. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't think it was like amazing. It just I thought it was gonna be what it was, and then I watched it, and it was exactly what it was. So I was like, okay, sure.
You know what I think is the most overhyped movie of the century that I just think was way too overhyped, and it like really set like a high expectation that didn't quite meet the requirements.
What's that?
The Conjuring, the first one.
I don't even know if I watched that, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen it.
What?
Yeah. I don't think I've even ever seen it.
Actually, what was good was oh god, not Hereditary, the other one.
What, Midsummer? I mean,
Midsummer.
I like Midsummer. Yeah, I like Midsummer.
I loved Midsummer. Yeah, shit was so good.
Same.
I got a pretty interesting list of horror movies the last few years that I've actually been into that have quite surprised me.
Watch Glorious.
Midsummer was like Glorious.
Glorious. Watch it. I'm telling you, go watch Glorious. That was probably my favorite horror movie I've watched in a long time. Anyway, we'll come back to this.
We'll do.
Let's go check out.
Also, P100 artist, by the way. So you were like 100% artist.
I wasn't joking. Yeah. I wasn't joking. Ada's got a pretty good anti-tunnel build. There's a little bit of spread of anti-tunnel builds, of anti-tunnel perks on everybody. Those skins got deli. He's got hands, so he's gonna have the doubled up crows. If people get close to each other, they'll spread the swarm to each other. Again, Forrest Hezzy, we saw this earlier today, so I know you weren't here for the first Ars game of the night, but Georgie played Ars, and he had this exact same build, actually, the exact same thing. Except, well, not add-ons, but perks-wise. Forrest Hezzy is interesting. I guess the idea there is, like, if you force a 1-for-1 unhook, you can then follow up on the guy better, I guess. But, like, the first game, we saw no value out of it. But I'm curious to see what happens this game. Ooh, Brownie finding the stealth survivor, finds critical.
Is this not who we want to find?
It's not a terrible target. I mean, Skin is Deli, so Skin is like the person that you definitely don't want to get found.
Okay.
Zombie probably had the best build for getting tunneled, but I think Critical might have had, he had either kinship or off the record. Yeah, he's got kinship, so like, again, there's still some potential anti-tunnel there, but it's not like, yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, Brownie plays a lot of artists. That's the kind of stuff that I think you're going to struggle to get away with against them. Does a really good job of landing that. These guys might get pain resed mid, and there it is. Yep.
That's rough.
And that's a really big start. That's huge. And the double swarm too.
Oh, this is probably.
They should just use lockers. Just use lockers. Just use lockers. Okay, Cricket did. Zombie did not.
Didn't get hit, luckily enough.
Yeah, in that situation though, if the artist is that far away and swarms you, like if they're not anywhere near you and they're swarming you, just jump in a locker. You know, there's really no need to walk around. Just get in a locker and you're good.
I think the pathing on Shack as well was a little interesting to cut back in towards the entry of doorway rather than pushing backside. I think they had enough time to safely push around towards pallet side and play that way, which was, and it might be a controversial take, but I think that might have been the better option.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't remember exactly how the chase went, but you I'll just take your word for it. I can't remember.
Yeah, they placed bird on window, and distance was going to guarantee a hit regardless.
Okay,
instead of cutting towards like backside pallet, they pushed in towards entrance where artist was coming from.
Forrest Hezzy. Look at how slow he is. This is also with the haste.
My God,
oh, Forrest Hezzy.
Value, dude.
All
that's
right.
Crazy.
Yep. You know what? It's making sense now. So I think this might be the idea behind it. I think I might be getting it now because it seems like again, assuming you can get it down quickly. So again, we didn't see the value first game. Georgie unfortunately had a really unfortunate game where he couldn't really get downs quick, and the survivors did a really good job of just staying alive. But Brownie is getting it down quick, and yeah, he basically just sat near the hook, sent birds to the gens, and instead of like actually getting out there and pressuring the gens himself, he just used his birds.
Passively slowed it down.
Yeah, and he just said, "Fuck it, I'll let the birds do the job for me." And he sent the birds out and basically just camped the hook while sending birds out. And then when someone unhooks, he's got Force Hezzy to get the redown very quickly. And he's doing the same thing now.
Yeah, and that's definitely not a safe unhook, so no deliverance is probably going to be intact.
And yeah, like this is, and like if they're trying to get gens done while he's dying, this is how they have to do it, right? like look at how slow progress is when this is what you're having to constantly do.
Oh, and the miss skill check too on
top.
Right?
And it's gonna regress some from that.
Oh, this hurts.
Yep. It's like gen progress just gets slowed down so much from this too, so it's like you don't even trade the kill for that much, right?
Yeah, this pressure is intense, dude.
They do get that, they do get a gen done on the other side, on the top side. Yeah, kinship, I do think, so kinship activated, so that should buy some more time too. So yeah, actually really, like, kind of lucky that the kinship survivor is the one in this scenario, because that's probably the best perk he can have in this situation. I mean, maybe off the record would have helped him a little more too. Oh no, she got burned on the way down. She's not going to get it. She's not going to get it.
That's... Oh.
He shouldn't even hook. He should recognize that it's Deli. Yeah, he should recognize that it's Deli, not even hook. I'm pretty sure she used her Unbreakable too, because she got 1-for-1. Yeah, she got 1-for-1 because it proc Force Hezzy.
1-for-1, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they picked her up. I'm pretty sure she used Unbreakable. So they're fucked. They're absolutely fucked. If it's even if Unbreakable is up, it's not up in time. Critical dies, and this is Deli being hooked immediately afterwards too. Ooh.
Oh no.
That is rough.
We're gonna get some gens done. I think at this point, like prioritizing just sitting on gens is just
and
the best option.
Yeah, it's tough too because they haven't managed to do any of these gens bottom side either, because this is where all the face camming's been happening. Oh, Ada's trying to. Okay, so they're currently trying. I honestly thought Ada was top side too. Ada trying to get one of these gens done, but she's gonna get found. This guy should Deli like probably now. Maybe they want to wait until he gets away a little bit more. I don't know. Wait, are they?
Also, they did actually get the Deli value. No, they didn't get the Deli from the Force Hesitation.
Oh, you're right. They don't even have Deli up. Oh, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, Force Hezzy denied it. Oh, that's even more. Oh my god. Okay, then they're even more fucked than I thought. I was saying they were fucked thinking that they had Delia, but yeah,
No,
without
no,
Deli,
no
they're
Deli.
oh yeah, they're super fucked then. Holy shit. They're giga fucked. Wow, I did not realize. I did not realize the
Yeah.
level of fucked that they are. They are so fucked. Holy shit.
Yeah, the Force Hesi value came off more than just the down. It was denying deliverance. Like that's just crazy value.
That's
nonetheless.
huge. He's gonna zone this out. Ada has no play. Oh, and like even like that, like knowing that that'll hit, right? Yeah. Like what is that?
That's the clip of the heel.
Like
That is clip of the heel.
Like I would not send that bird, but like I mean, again, like Brownie being an artist main must just know this kind of shit, right? Just knows what to go for. Sends that bird. I think at this point, like, dude, they're fucked. Like they're what do they do? Like just try to do gens? I mean,
yeah. Even if you go for the unhook on zombie here, more than likely, like Force says, he's gonna kick in. Oh wait, no.
He was a little worried about the
Thanks.
basement, but he does get a double swarm thanks to hands. I think he's just gonna try to aim up this follow up one to Cricket. Doesn't get. I'm surprised he didn't send more. He could have probably aimed 2 there at Cricket and got guaranteed damage, but doesn't. I think at this point he just wants to secure the kill on the skin. I think. I think he's trying to zone them out as much as he can. Sets up one follow up and doesn't get it. Well, actually, I don't think she makes it. No. Nope.
Nah, so close though.
Yeah, and Zombie went down. I didn't
no
see exactly how it happened, but Zombie did go down again. DS.
DS play.
Already dead-hearted apparently, so no dead heart in play. Goes back down again, and yep, it's gonna be another rehook, and they just have nothing at this point. Yeah, like what do they do? Cricket is gonna. There's no gens even progressed. They're like the one on the right side down here has like a little bit, but it was at like 40 or 50 or so. It wasn't that much. So yeah, I don't even think there's a gen they can do. They're near the hatch spawn, but assuming Brownie heads that way, which he's probably going to, then hatch is probably not even an option either. This is rough, man. Big, like again, massive result from Brownie here.
I just like usually you'll see like a certain perk do a certain amount of like work or efficiency. I've like Force Hesi value just literally changed the game. It just turned, well, not changed it, but just made it 10 times more difficult than it needed to be.
Oh yeah, super,
like,
just insanely oppressive. Yeah, like Critical, like poor Critical, man. He just like what the fuck was he supposed to do there? You know, like he made it to the pallet and threw it. He couldn't really like loop the pallet, right? Because it's an artist. Like you can't loop a pallet against artists. You're just gonna like get birded and killed. So he tried to transition to the next tile, but he was just going so slow he couldn't make it. Like there was literally no play for him to make there. Like he couldn't do anything. He was just dead. So yeah, I mean just wildly strong value and gets the hatch kick. Yeah, these gates are also right here. So yeah, he just gets the 4K. Gets the 4K, 3 gens. That's
well played.
Yeah, and that's again not gonna do the thing. I don't want to call it and say it already, but the fact that we're on ARP and the fact that Rats of RPD only needs 3 gens, that's pretty
Telltale.
Yeah.
Telltale.
Yeah, I mean they don't even have to worry about macro, right? They don't have to worry about like the end game 3 gen or anything. They can literally just do 3 gens on one side and not even care about it, right? Like it's.
Yeah.
Like on this map especially, I feel like that kind of a win con is just so impossible to avoid. Like there's no way. Brownie did so good here, man. Extremely dominant. I mean, obviously like we could point out little slip ups here and there, right? Like obviously like Critical, there's only so much he can do from that hook scenario with Force Hesi and everything, but like I think like Skin getting hit by that bird on the way down to basement and then dying before the unhook was obviously like a pretty big momentum shift too, right? Because it went from like like they could have hypothetically like let him die and go for gen progress, or they could have just like executed the unhook a little bit better, but instead they just get like he went into the 3v1 with a basement hook and Deli being off the table, which is just like that's huge, right? Like that like that's what turned it into like a 4K3 rather than like maybe a 4K1 or a 4K0, you know? Or I don't know, maybe if the survivors played excellently, maybe they could have gotten even more, but I don't know. That was just such a huge snowball from that. So yeah, very, very well played from Brownie. I mean, it's a super solid game.
Yeah, all I've got to say is that for Brownie, I'm not that impressed.
Yeah? Not that impressed?
Not impressive.
Oh, well.
Nope.
Would have been impressive if he was setting drones down on those gens instead.
I would have much preferred to have seen that play out. Yeah.
Guys, Garden of Rot's banned. It's literally banned. I mean, I think I've said out loud that I would have allowed him to run it, but I don't know if like we were actually doing that or not. Like I don't think he didn't want to risk like getting DQ'd or whatever, because it's officially banned. It's a banned add-on in like the rules. But Yeah, I don't know. So there's an ongoing thing, just so you know. Like do you know about the add-on for artists, Garden of Rot? It's like her ultra rare add-on. It's like this thing where like when you get the swarm of birds off yourself, you get like exposed for I think 3 seconds. It's like very
and they just M1 you and down.
Yeah, but it's like it's so bad because it's only 3 seconds of exposure, right? It's like barely anything at all. So like I've always called it like a dog shit. I've always called it like really. I made a video on it where I like tested it out and I was like, okay, this add-on's fucking garbage. It's terrible. Like I've always called it like a really bad add-on. But again, Brownie being a artist main has claimed to me a bunch over the past like year that apparently it's like slept on and it's really really good. And we've had this like we've been having this debate about it for like a long ass time now. So yeah, we've talked about him running it in scrims and it's currently banned, but we were going to allow it anyway. But I don't know. I don't think we ever actually did.
But didn't you say it was bad? So why is it banned if it's bad?
We have a baseline rule where any add-on that causes exposed for killers that normally don't have exposed is just banned. We just kind of that was like one of our first ever rules we did. So just to get rid of like clown bottles and like eerie head and like just everything like that. We were just like fuck all that stuff that like causes exposed for no reason. Like fuck all that garbage. We just got rid of all of it. So it was kind of banned for that. Honestly, I would be totally down with unbanning it, but yeah, I don't know.
No, stick by your rules. Brownie just needs to know. They just said for me not to judge. Not impressed. Better next time.
Who am I inviting?
Yep.
Where's
the
fucking
power of friendship?
Where's fucking Juicer Jimmy? Where's Juicer Jimmy at? Jet Ski Jimmy, where is he? I'm not Webby. I can invite Webby. That's who I can invite. Webby. Yeah, Webby. Yeah.
Get in here, Webby.
Get on in here. Get on in here. That's right. Get in here.
Is that no? You're not doing this again, are you?
Hey,
oh god,
that wasn't bad compared to my usual accent. Okay, that was pretty good compared to most. Okay.
Can you say that you're going down the billabong?
The billabong?
Yeah.
The fuck does that mean?
In Australian accent, going down the billabong.
Going. God, I can't. I literally can't. How would you go? No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
Southern.
I can't. No, I know it always goes southern for me. I don't know why. These fucking megs.
Do you want to hear my Canadian accent?
Yeah, let's hear it.
You hear my Canadian accent? Okay. Hey, I'm Canadian. I'm walking in.
Wow, that
pepperoni pizza. I'm Canadian.
Holy shit! Are you my neighbor? Are you actually secretly my neighbor? You sound just like him.
Yep.
That was so Canadian. Oh my god, that was crazy.
Yep. I'm walking in. Yep.
Wow. How do you do that? That's so good. Holy shit.
I've been watching The Bear.
Oh, that makes sense. The Bear. Yeah, that makes total sense. Watching The Bear makes total sense to me, and now I understand.
Yep.
Now I understand why you're so good at that Canadian accent.
Have you not watched The Bear?
No, yeah. I mean, I'm Canadian, so clearly I watched The Bear.
Okay. Right, well, I'm glad then you'll understand my Canadian accent. And it makes sense that you feel so with it.
Oh, okay. Sick. Good. Perfect.
Do you want to hear my South Carolinian accent?
Sure.
Hey, I'm from South Carolina. I'm walking here.
Damn, dude. What accent can't you do? Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's wild. Can you show me your Californian accent?
You know what I can't do? I can't bend over without my back hurting because of my 46-year-old age.
That makes sense.
What my California accent? Okay. Hey, I'm from California. I'm walking in. Smoke the weed. It's illegal. Walking in. Pepperoni pizza. Hey, sorry, Los Angeles. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You really are a man of many talents. That's very impressive. Wow.
I'm from Hollywood. I'm walking here.
Yeah, that's literally sounds just like every single person from California. That's wild. That's fucking wild. It's like you literally managed to take the entire state of California, every like north and south, all of it, and just combine it all together into one perfect accent. That's crazy. Very impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah, no, I'm a man of many talents. Being handsome is one of them. So
Anyway,
Good drive.
let's go ahead and just go through these builds real quick. Again, they don't need that big of a result, so this is gonna be interesting. Dai's got a bit of an objective. A very aggressive build here on Icy. So very much anti-tunnel. Webby's got a very altruistic build without any anti-tunnel at all, and Smokey's got Deli. A bit of a mix-up. We saw Smokey running the more aggressive build the first time around, but they're mixing it up, making sure to keep everyone on their toes. Hi, rocking the Baba Yaga skin as well. I'm pretty sure. I think that's why the sounds are so fucky.
Baba Yagi. What?
The old Baba Yaga. Wait, no, Baba Yaga's Huntress. No. This is
What are you doing?
No, yeah,
You're
wait, this isn't
right.
Baba Yaga. This is whatchamacallit, the fucking Jabberwocky, the dragon thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. It's that weird special skin thing, whatever the fuck.
You're spinning me out.
I'm spitting you out?
Yeah. What? You've never heard the reference?
No.
Oh, okay. Soz, babes. Anyway, Jabberwocky skin.
That's right, Jabberwocky skin.
No
Looks
cap
like,
on God for real.
yeah, no cap. For real. Looks like there's
On
kind
God.
of I think there's a 4-gen. The corrupt split's just really weird. But it does kind of seem like there's a 4-gen. The camera keeps turning too fast. No, I think there's a 4-gen on the other side. On
It's
like
3v4. I don't think there's a mid-gen. I think.
Yeah, I think this bottom side down here is 3. Yeah, there's 4 up here. So top side has 4 gens. The problem is here is that holding 4 gens isn't even viable because they could literally finish the 3 gens down there and win because that's their win con. Like again, this win con is so brutal. Like this is so brutal that like I don't know how the fuck Pi is gonna be able to do this. I mean, we'll see. Has to have an insane game basically. Corrupted Intervention's almost gone. Rats are kind of just playing safe down here, waiting it out, seeing if he commits at any point, then they can maybe transition down to top side and start working on stuff.
And this is what I was mentioning with the RNG of the map. Like the split can just be so rough. Like it can just be so rough depending on how they spawn in, and this is just not favorable. Like, what do you do?
Yeah,
Do
but
you
I mean,
commit to the 3 side, or do you? Like,
well,
what do
again for the survivors, it literally doesn't matter. That's the thing. Like their win con is so good that it doesn't matter. All they gotta do is
exactly
do 3
right.
gens. So like normally, yeah, it's kind of awkward because you got to go down to the 4-gen side and finish 2 gens down there at some point. Which means, I mean, ideally, what you would probably do there is like, I mean, depending on how the chases go. Like with this happening, like right now, there's a chase happening bottom. So right now, you would just go slam gens like top very heavily. But like at some point, you just got to make sure that you take chases bottom while doing gens top essentially, and you should be able to break it. It's really not that bad to break as long as you play careful. But again, they don't need to this game, so I guess we'll see what they do. I mean, they could do whatever gens they want because they don't really even have to finish all 5 to win.
Yeah, I mean, what's really important here is about the friends we make along the way. That's what's important, and the power of friendship, and how we build and grow and foster amazing and healthy friendships between one another, and the memories we make with those friends.
Kyle, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you going on about, Kyle? Buddy, the win condition's 3 gens. That's what it's about, okay? It's about finishing 3 gens. Fuck the friends we make along the way, okay? Fuck them. All right? 1 gen's done, Kyle. They're 1/3 of the way towards winning, Kyle.
You don't like friendship?
No.
Well, I don't know what to say to that. I'm just sorry that Tofu doesn't like friends. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, you know.
You know, it's also something different between myself and the DVD community.
Ooh.
Oh, that was actually a really good bird.
That actually was a really good bird.
I like to shower. Yeah, I said it. Not a pussy. I shower.
Wow, you're so brave.
Yeah, I am.
2 gens are done, and I feel like they only need 1 more for this to be the win. That's gonna be a hook without pain res. Pop Goes the Weasel is gonna be up, but again, like with this map being as big as it is, this is definitely like, I feel like in order for this, okay, so if we're gonna be real here, I think the only hope for Pi was a tie. Like if we're just gonna be honest, like I don't think a win here was really ever in the question unless the survivors, like I don't know, did something extremely ridiculous. Like I think the only thing that maybe Pi can hope for was to like pop off just as hard as Brownie did, maybe, right? I feel like for that to happen, the first down needed to happen again, like pretty much as quickly as Brownies did, which this is pretty much the opposite. Like the first down come in when 2 gens are done already. And yeah, at this point, the survivors just need to finish 1 more to win. And I don't think there's really much that can be done here to avoid this.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you just have 1 more survivor sitting on a gen, the other 2 can literally dance around the map, and I think it's a GG, right?
Yeah, and they can even, I mean, on the win con, there's really anything they can do. Like they can let him die in basement, which I don't think, it looks like they're not going to go after. Actually, no. Yeah, no, they're actually, yeah, they're not really in any rush to get him out of basement. He went struggle, but yeah, I mean they don't have to. All they gotta do is sit on these gens, which is what they're doing. They're looks like Icy was kind of like running around because I think maybe Icy was kind of trying to get in position in case Pi leaves, but Pi's not leaving. Pi's just staying on this 3-gen bottom side and securing this kill.
I believe in the power of friendship, and I believe that they will come and save their friend. If they don't, then I will shave my forehead. There it is.
Your forehead? Is your forehead hairy?
Yeah.
Are you like, you mean like your eyebrows?
No. Like I mean my forehead.
Oh, it's the Deadly Striver on Hook. They're not getting saved, buddy. They're not getting saved.
Oh, so we just don't care about friends anymore. Wow, that's crazy.
I don't think anyone did to begin with, to be honest with you. I think you might have been the only one here, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pie's setting up birds on like every single entrance of the fucking shack. He has like whole ass goddamn intricate setup here, but no one's gonna go for it, so it doesn't matter anyway. The win condition's already been met, by the way, so it's already secured. Right Side PD takes it. There's gonna be gen number 4 popping as well, and now all that's left is actually wait, they managed to do one of the gens. Wait, what? How did they do that? They actually did one of the gens bottom side, so there's actually not even a 3-gen. There's 2 bottom and 1 top. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, well, these are the things that when you've been in this industry as long as I have, Tofu, you'll notice these things. And yeah, so what they did was they went to the generator and they clicked M1 on it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, tell me more. No, and then what happened? Sometimes there's like these difficult things that may occur, like little timed events called skill checks. And what they actually did was, depending on whether they rebinded their keys or not, they've actually landed these skill checks in order to finish the generator, therefore causing the generator down the other end to be split. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's very your knowledge of DVD is very impressive.
And you know how they did that? They did it with the power of friendship.
I'm not so sure about that.
Get him, Jabberwocky! Get him! Yes.
Weapons gonna go down. They're actually split on gens down here, which I don't hate, because like pain res and pop means that like having pressure on multiple gens seems fine. Although they're gonna double up now with prove thyself. They're probably actually they don't know about pain res yet, because that guy didn't get pain resed, but they might get pain res now, and then also pop too. So this actually might get interrupted, because also they were looking out for it though, because also if birds get sent down here too, they're gonna get double swarmed because of hands. But I don't know if they're gonna be able to necessarily get this done. Yeah, Pi is looking right at Shack. Yeah,
we're gonna get a 4K. I can feel it.
Yeah, you think?
Like regardless of not, getting the win con, I can see a 4K happening right now. Trust me, it's gonna happen.
I mean, unironically, they do have to be careful. They're both here, and he's gonna get information on them both being here. So like, and this is miles away from the hook. So like, unironically, like you're not entirely wrong. This could snowball to a 4K because of how they play this. Like typically, you want to have one of the survivors in a position to like where like if the killer gets really aggressive on the gen like this, that they can like kind of sneak over undetected and grab the unhook without the killer knowing where they are. I mean, it looks like it's gonna work out anyway, because I don't think Pi is gonna want to walk away from this. It looks like it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out anyway. I think Icy's gonna be on his way to the unhook. Yeah, so I think they're gonna be fine. But you weren't wrong that actually was looking a little scary for a second. Like it honestly wasn't. I don't know if you were just saying shit or not, but it actually was kind of looking like that for a sec. So
I will never reveal the methods to my madness. What I will reveal is, I'm not sure if you had this in like I'm not sure how much of a sports person you were. But when I was in high school, we had a condition that was called, with rugby league, when you score a goal in soccer, it's a goal. In rugby league, if you score a try, it's a try. So we always made this rule that was last try wins. So what if we apply to this game, last kill wins?
Wait, so goals in rugby are called tries?
Yeah, you score a try.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and they're worth 4 points.
Wait, so wait, hold on. Let me back up. Like, so what are you suggesting? You're saying the last person to kill somebody wins? So whoever goes second as killer just wins every time, and then there's no point in actually playing?
Correct.
Oh, that's a really terrible idea.
So technically, the first game's irrelevant, and this is the winner.
I think that makes all the games irrelevant. I think that's just a really bad idea.
I disagree.
You know what? I think the best chat I've seen all night is my boy LG Dan right now that just said, "What is wrong with this guy?" Literally the best chat of the whole fucking night. Holy shit. Oh lord.
I'm a little insulted, but I mean, sure, it's fine, I guess. Not like I have feelings. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm smiling through. You know that meme where it's the dude who's crying with the smiley face mask?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like he's got the smug mask, but he's crying behind it. That's you right now. Yeah. No, I
That's
get
me
it.
right now. Yep.
No, I get it.
Yep.
This might actually be a 4K. You're not joking. I think Rats is actually handling this final setup here not
I said it, dude.
the best.
I called it.
And
I called it.
this is actually kind of interesting. I mean, again, at this point, it doesn't actually matter that much, but because the game's already over. But it is kind of interesting to see. I think Icy might just have to run up in 1-for-1 for this. It's gonna be what's gonna have to happen. Because yeah, it looks like Webby's gonna pop this gen across the map, and they are gonna get it done.
Value coming in clutch.
Pie's gonna try to body block this. Wait, why is he bailing from it? Kinship? All kinship.
Nice value.
I mean, still though, I feel like you need to unhook at some point. I guess the gen's gonna pop. Maybe you just don't get the unhook ever, and you just let him sit on hook. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, the killer knows where everyone is now, right? So like, is there really a point to leaving him on hook?
I think the distance between that gen that was popped and getting the person off the hook is not going to be enough time for them to get the save.
Icy's a fresh hook too, so it might also just be them not wanting to give up like a fresh hook for this, which does kind of make sense. If Icy thinks that they can loop around long enough to get to an exit gate and leave, then that's probably a good spot to be in. And it kind of does look like that could happen, although both exit gates are on this bottom side. Webby's going to be pressuring this one gate. I don't think Icy's really in a position to pressure the other right now, which is a little unfortunate. Because Webby's going to get birds. Yeah, Webby's going to get swarmed and crowed. So this gate's not going to be open in time because Icy's just getting on it now. Rut-row.
More than likely a down here on the Claude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's going to go down, but as long as Icy can get out with 3 hook stages, I think they're happy with that. Because, yeah, Claudette's only worth 1 right now. She's currently death hook. So, actually, no, she's worth 2, but still.
Still a great result for the killer nonetheless, but the win com was just, I think, a little too out of reach.
Yeah, again, honestly, like, yeah, from like a neutral point of view, like if this was the first match of the night, I agree. I would have said this is a pretty good result. Like not bad. Like 9 stages. Like, yeah, it was definitely not terrible, but yeah, I just feel like Brownie had such a dominant game on his side that I feel like it's, like in comparison, right? It's just not going to be enough. But yeah, I mean, yeah, kudos to Pi. You're not wrong. I do think this is like an overall solid result. Like, I definitely think he did manage to like wheel us in and do pretty good, especially considering that his early game was like way less good than Brownie's. He still managed to do everything right and get a pretty solid result given what he had. It's just not going to be enough, and Rats are gonna. This is gonna be another set where again Rats just looking very good, like just looking 1 step ahead on both sets and looking very dominant. And that's gonna be the 2-0. That's gonna be the 2-0.
It wasn't like they played bad either. It was just as we said, the win con was just I think a tad too out of reach. It was just a very, very strong performance in that first leg. Yep,
exactly. Like Brownie just had an absolutely dominating game, and then from there it's like, what do you do, right? Because again, like Pi's win condition here was literally just ridiculous. Like you can't expect anyone to be able to stop 3 gens from popping on ARP, especially when the survivors know that, right? Like that's a big thing too. Like on Brownie's side, the survivors didn't like go into that game being like, we just have to finish 3 gens, right? Like they were trying to play for like getting people out and everything. So like the fact that like the second team can go in and be like, yeah, all we have to do is finish 3 gens, right? Like that's fucking wild.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially with the map as split as that one is, because it's not a very small condensed map where you can kind of like proxy and make sure that you're applying pressure. But the distance between point A to point B going like corner to corner, it's just so big. It's so big, and gen spawns are just always split on that map, so they could literally just sit at one end of the map and just slam them out, or split their pusher up and just get 3. Even on a small condensed map, you're asking a bit too much. So
yeah,
well played.
Exactly.
It was just really high standard set by our first killer. So
all right, well that's gonna be.
Smells.
That's gonna be 3 2-0s, man. 3 2-0s today. Every set today was pretty much just like a pretty dominant a pretty dominant performance each time. Like it seemed like one of the teams was just very far ahead and just a lot of quick matches today. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just call it. I'm still pretty sick, so like I'm gonna be real. Like I'm usually down to like if scrims are early, I'm usually down to like fill time and do like show matches or even do like scuff scrims or whatever to like fill up the night. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not entirely against the idea of just ending early and going and resting, because again, I am still kind
You're
of
struggling
sick,
to breathe for a fair bit there, so
yeah,
probably a good idea.
yeah, like my lungs are, yeah, they're not doing great. So like, I think going and resting is okay with me. So again, I know if you guys are like wanting to watch more scrims and stuff, you might be a little disappointed. So I apologize, but same time, it is what it is, and I also don't care. I'm gonna go rest. You know, I'm sick, so sorry, I'm going to rest. Fuck you. So
well,
yeah.
I'll let you finish up. But thanks for having me again. I appreciate it. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. Thanks for thanks for coming. I know we banter around a lot, but it was actually an awesome time having you and everything, and it was fun to bullshit and joke around and have a good time.
Hopefully
that
wasn't too weird tonight. So
it was definitely pretty weird, but it's okay. I'm sure they're used to it, so it's fine.
Okay, well that's fine. Anyway, I'll chat to you guys. Have fun. Enjoy.
Yeah. Take care, man.
Some rest. You.
Have a good one, dude. See ya.
Bye bye.
All right. He's out of here. Again, Kyle was my co-caster. If you guys don't know, I think we have a command set up for him, right? I think the caster's command was there to give you a link to him. So if you guys don't know Kyle, go check him out. He's also a DVD streamer. He's great. Good guy. Funny to hang out with. Apparently he's 46 years old. Apparently that's a fucking lie. There's no way he's 46. He was lying, and you guys were lying too. Fuck you guys. But yeah, he's great. He's good people. He's really fun to chill with. Could not recommend him enough. He's a very, very good dude. So go chill with him. Go follow him if you guys haven't already. I am gonna get out of here a bit early. I know it's like a little past 10, and I normally go till midnight. But yeah, I mean, with the sickness and everything, I'm not gonna argue with what's some more rest. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take that rest and go with it. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for vibing as always. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed scrims tonight. We did have like a kind of one-sided games tonight, but I still enjoyed them regardless. Hopefully the teams that played, especially like the losing teams, can still take something away from it and like learn a bit. And hopefully it still like had some good like helpful stuff going on. But I still enjoyed hanging out. I still enjoyed casting them. Kyle was obviously Kyle was fun to have on too. We didn't get any Xenomorph games, so maybe we'll just have to throw him into a rotation again at some point in like the next few weeks and see if we can try our luck again. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have more scrims next weekend. We do this every Friday and Sunday, so if you guys enjoyed them, follow and stop back next weekend. I'm sure we'll have more next weekend too. And let me figure out who I'm rating. Oh, it's like so early, dude. There's so many more streamers on. It's so strange. I'm gonna throw you guys over to okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw you guys over to somebody that I've never had a chance to rate them. And honestly, I haven't even really watched his streams in like a long time. I think I popped into a stream once like a long time ago, followed him, and then haven't really had much of a chance to watch him again. But okay, his name is Video Game Mashup, and he's a very, very long time DVD player. Like I've known him for a long time. He's been playing DVD for years, and he's like a head-on memer. Like he loves head-on. Every time I run into him, he's always like fucking head-oning me left and right. He might have like a little counter for head-on even. I don't even know. Like he might, because he has always been a dedicated head-on gamer. At least I say that I'm probably gonna rate him. He's probably not gonna be running it. I don't know, but we'll see. But he's always been a really chill dude. I've been running into him in game for years, and he's always been really chill. So I have faith that it'll probably be a good time to go hang out and chill with him. Oh yeah, you're right. Friday and Monday next week. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, I actually won't be able to stream next Sunday because that's when Nikki gets here. I gotta go pick her up from the airport. So yeah, next weekend it'll actually be Friday and Monday instead of Friday and Sunday. But yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about that during the week too. But anyway, you guys can go chill with him. Go hit him with a Get Rated Nerd Debated. I'm sure he'll appreciate having you guys' company. I'll be back tomorrow for builds for subs. So yeah, tomorrow will be Dirty Sellout Builds for Subs Day. So feel free to pop by and hang out then if you guys want. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for vibing as always. I love you guys. Thank you guys for chilling. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm out of here. I'll see ya. I'll take care. See ya. See you later. See you.